the controller down. It's time to talk about the gaming industry. My name is TJ Leo.
And I was scrambling desperately to think of something to fuck with you in that 5-second countdown, and I couldn't do it.
It's Friday.
I couldn't do it, yeah.
It's been a tiring week.
It's been such a busy week for me.
Oh. Yeah, it's been a mind screw of a week.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you that way. Especially if you watch the news. Don't watch the news. It will drain the life force right out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do it. I actually went to get groceries today. I don't know when the last time you went to get groceries was. But I went, and for the first time I started to notice that the stores are labeling which products are Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
For ease of...
like boycotting purposes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's when you know something's like gone over the hill. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like oh.
I've seen them label Canadian stuff, usually when there's lots of competing products, and it's like, hey, want to support a Canadian business?
Yeah, I've seen
whatever.
that as well. Yeah.
I've also seen, this is a bit of a tangent, but there's a hot sauce, not really a hot sauce, a barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce. Yeah.
That I like.
Barbecue sauce.
That is, it's got maple syrup flavor.
Oh.
And the barbecue sauce is made at a, I guess, would you call it an orchard? If it's a place where they harvest maple syrup, is that an orchard? Is that a farm?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a maple syrup orchard that is here in Ontario, and they're like, oh, it's, this is from a local place, like only, I forget how far away it was, but it's within the province.
Right.
It's decent stuff too. They make a point of highlighting it as like, hey, this isn't just Canadian. This is from Ontario.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
but
and
now,
this stuff isn't like... all they're doing is putting a little red maple leaf beside the price. So you can clearly see that it's Canadian. And as I was walking around the store, I also noticed that... so you know how like Canada has like competing products?
Mm-hmm.
So like you might go to like the cracker aisle and you'll see like Cheez-Its, which are American, and then like right beside it there'll be like the Canadian alternative to Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
When you go through the aisles, or at least when I went today, the American versions are all like fully stocked.
Yeah.
And the Canadian versions are like half gone or all gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, the wave is growing.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good for anybody.
No.
But pretty eye-opening experience.
Yeah. With that said, I think I speak for both of us when I say I absolutely support people's right to boycott stuff. Oh
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm not at that point yet, personally. I already buy 50% Canadian. Like as I was shopping, I was realizing, because I was just getting my normal stuff. And as I'm shopping, I'm realizing that I'm like, oh, half the stuff I buy is Canadian. That's cool.
Yeah. Or there's like a place here that will that makes it look like it'll be an American brand, but that'll be made here. Like I get Dr. Pepper because that's my soft drink of choice, and the stuff that they sell here in Canada is made and bottled here in Canada by some company that has the license to produce Dr. Pepper here. Yeah. Because it's cheaper to make it here than it is to make it somewhere else and ship it.
And then ship it in.
Yeah.
A&W is the same way. I don't know if you knew that. It's an American company that but the Canadian branch is separate from the American branch. So that's kind of cool. Harvey's.
That's actually a little bit of interesting trivia. That's how Fanta came into being.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I like Fanta.
The Coca-Cola plant in Germany during World War II was obviously cut off from their American distribution. They couldn't get the ingredients to keep making Coca-Cola because of the war rationing. So they basically said, what is it that we can do with the ingredients that we have available to us? What kind of drink can we make so that, all of these people can keep their jobs in this, uncertain time? And what they came up with was the original version of Fanta. And after the war was over and they were able to relink up with Coca-Cola headquarters, they were like, hey, we did this thing. This is how we stayed afloat during this time. And Coca-Cola was like, that's pretty cool. Maybe we should market that internationally. And Fanta is still around.
Yeah. Fate is very popular up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as good as Wink. Remember Wink?
Oh man, I haven't had Wink in a long time.
Well, they don't sell it anymore.
No, of course not.
They do sell it in certain locations. So, like, if you go to I think it's it's someplace out west in Canada. It's either BC or Alberta. They sell it in like various. I think it's Alberta, and then for some reason it's sold in like Carolina in the States. And that's basically it.
I really hate it when they do that shit.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Even with really popular brands, like good luck finding vanilla Coke in a lot of places, even though it was a huge thing for them like 20 years ago. And I really like vanilla Coke, but like you can't find it in grocery stores. You find it in like bodegas and corner stores,
convenience stores.
Yeah.
And even then, it's pretty difficult these days.
Yeah.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I would give my left leg to have a Wink. That was my favorite pop. It was so good. Oh. Yeah, so for those out there, if you live in North Carolina,
have yourself a Wink.
Ship me a case of Wink before the tariffs come.
Yeah.
All right. This is Press Pause, a gaming podcast, episode 36. How are you, my friends?
Sore. Yeah, I don't know what I did, but I woke up this morning and my spine was like, no.
It was like, no.
Yeah.
Not today, bro.
Not feeling it today.
Yeah. Chiropractor. Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Just go with me one time.
I'm setting up. I've got an appointment with like a massage therapist set up for next week.
Well, that'll help with your muscles. Not so much with your spine.
Well, I don't know if it was literally my spine. It was any time I moved. I'm assuming it's the muscles connected to my spine. Because
that's not good.
That's what was sore as I was moving around. I'm just going to keep talking even though your image is frozen because, it's just the thing to do. So anyway, I've got that set up for next week. Oh, there he goes. He's moving again.
Yeah, I'm here. It's so weird. I can hear you the whole time.
I was trying to... Yeah. I don't know why that keeps happening, but I was going to try and see if I could power through it without addressing it, but it got to a point where I couldn't. But hey, we're here. So
you expect it at this point, so you know how to vamp and just wait for it. It's not like it ever lasts more than like 10 seconds. So.
Yeah. Although what is funny is that your video is playing catch up, so what you're saying doesn't match what your mouth is moving. But
oh, really?
It's your video is going really fast. It's like you're talking at 2 times.
Oh, so
speed.
It does catch up eventually.
It does catch up eventually.
Okay, gotcha. That's good because that would be really annoying.
Yeah, it would be super annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like my upload just drops.
Yeah.
But my download keeps going. It's really weird. I don't know.
But there's that.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I was really busy this week.
Fair.
After my niece and stuff, so.
Fair. Yeah, I've been fairly busy myself. This is the third podcast of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And got my haircut.
Yeah.
Just feeling good, feeling clean, feeling spiffy, as it were. I finished watching Paradise. Have you heard of the show? I
mean, I've heard the word Paradise. I don't know the show specifically.
It's fairly new. It's out on Hulu, I think. Fantastic show. It's one of those shows that I would recommend to anybody, as long as you don't look into it before you watch it. Just go watch it. It's one of those shows where the less you know, the better it is.
Yeah, that's what Severance is like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Lost was very much the same. There was another show that I really liked Jericho. Jericho was good until it got canceled. Because every show I love gets canceled early.
Yeah.
But yeah, for those of you who haven't seen Paradise, don't go look anything up about it. Just go watch it. It's only 8 episodes for the first season. I'm sure it'll get a second season because it's fantastic. Yeah, just go watch it. You'll like it. Trust me. All right, let's get on to housekeeping corrections. As always, we have the audio edition of Press Pause, a gaming podcast on Spotify, audio only edition. if you want to just listen to the show, just keep in mind that we do screenshot scope at the end of every show, and that will have a lot less context if you listen to the show instead of watching it. Let's keep that in mind. Also, we released a Press Pause Extra this week, looking at the launch lineups for the original Nintendo Entertainment System versus the Sega Master System in a new series that we've started, going generation by generation, comparing the launch lineups. So make sure to go check that out as well.
That Master System section didn't take long.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Definitely did not take long at all. All right. Have you been playing anything new? Or are you still on the Stalker train?
No, still on the Stalker train, and I haven't had much opportunity to play it this last week.
Fair. Yeah, this was not a gaming week for me either. I did play I did play Mullet Mad Jack.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
It's a fever dream. It's a fever dream. Yeah, it is very much like Ghost Runner, I think it was called, where it's basically just you have to get through this level essentially without getting hit as quickly as you possibly can. Except in this one, the pull is that you have 10 seconds to live, and every time you get a kill, it adds seconds back to that 10-second meter.
Time.
Yeah. I didn't find it particularly that difficult, but it does have a myriad of difficulty settings.
Yes.
So you can fine tune it to where it's like your perfect difficulty, which is nice.
Yeah, and it is the hardest thing about that game, I think, is probably just deciphering the visuals.
Yeah, it's a little
it
in
moves
your face.
Really fast, and it's very visually busy.
Yeah, very, very visually busy. Yeah. I like the style of it, but yeah, it's a little too busy.
It's a great looking game.
Yeah, but not my style of game. I played like 2 or 3 levels, and I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
not my bag, baby.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's one of those games. It's also very similar with like Ultra Kill, which is a game that you will either love or hate, and you will know probably within the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If even that. Ultra Kill is like, hey, what if Devil May Cry was a first-person shooter?
Oh, interesting.
Because it's got a style system, how well you perform without getting hit, weapon variety, that sort of stuff, how quickly you get through an area. It's all that kind of stuff. But you also die really fast in that game. You have 100 points of health, but enemies will take off like 25% with a single hit. So
yeah. That's why I didn't like Ghost Runner. I was like the get hit once die thing kind of just makes me mad.
Well, the thing about Ultra Kill that makes that not so bad is that you recover health by consuming blood, and consuming blood in this context means being in the vicinity of an enemy when they die and having their blood splatter all over you.
Oh, okay. So melee combat is a good idea then.
Well, not necessarily melee, but getting up close for the kill. But one of the things that is not made clear, and I found out the hard way, was that what they actually mean by consuming enemy blood is literally just that, being near the enemy when they die. If an enemy is high up above you and you kill them, the blood that rains down, that doesn't restore your health.
Weird.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'll just shower in this blood. Why isn't my health coming back? Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, a little bit more explanation would have been appreciated, I guess.
Yeah, and the game does the game's explanation is these 3 sentences: mankind is dead, blood is fuel, hell is full. That's it. That's all you get.
Brutal.
Yeah. Fun game.
But, yeah. Needs a better tutorial. Although it probably doesn't take you very long to figure it out, though.
No, it doesn't take you long at all. It's just like, man, this would have been nice to know. But it's also one of those games where when you die, it restarts really fast. Yeah,
Ghost Runner's the same way, and so is... actually, I didn't die in Mullet Mad Jack, so I don't know how quickly it reloads, but... All right. Yeah, that's basically it. Other than that, I've played a number of rounds of Slay the Spire still. I'm, for whatever reason, still pulled by that game. I think it
Mm-hmm.
just pisses me off that I can't beat it.
Yeah, yeah.
I have done successful runs. It's very rare though. I think I've done 4 successful runs, maybe out of like 100.
Yeah.
Like it's really it's not even the fact that it's difficult. It's just unfair. You
Mm.
know, it's just unfair.
Yeah,
Um,
some games are like that.
it's punishing. It's
Mm-hmm.
punishing. All right, we have no letter for letter time, and we've done Happy Birthday video games this week already. So let's check in with Metacritic.
All
And
right.
there's a couple of stuff, couple of games to take note of here. The first of which is Fragpunk, which is
Oh
that
yeah.
new free-to-play shooter. I think it's free-to-play. Um, where you have the cards that alter the gameplay.
Yeah.
So it can change big head mode, it can turn off gravity, it can flip the gravity upside down, and a whole bunch of different things. Sitting right now at a 79 on Metacritic.
That's not
Sitting
bad.
at sitting at a 64 on user scores.
That's not as good.
I guess it's got a little bit of a microtransaction problem.
Oh.
Um, and people aren't super happy about the cosmetics, but I mean,
Yeah.
but I guess that's half of why people play some of these games is just to
Yeah.
look cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I kind of get that part from their point of view anyway. Personally, I could care less. I'm not sure if we talked about Split Fiction's Metacritic last week. I think we did, but
Yeah, we did.
We did. Okay, I'm gonna skip that one then. We will talk about Split Fiction in the news though. What else? We talked about Suikoden
Yes.
last week. Okay. Uh, so only 2 more then. Wanderstop came out. I didn't even know this was coming out already. This was that weird gardening game that had like a weird dark twist to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Had like a really colorful art style, and I was like intrigued by it, and then it just
Mm.
kind of came out, and I was like, oh, there it is. But it's sitting at an 81
Oh, okay.
on Metacritic, a 64 on user scores.
Again,
Yeah.
interesting.
Now the user scores, I wouldn't trust because it's only 7 ratings.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
5 of them are positive, and 2 of them are negative.
It's
And
nice that they tell you how many there are, so you can kind of dial in like, oh yeah, well this isn't really a representative sample yet.
Yeah, and the negative reviews are not written reviews. They're just a
Okay.
score. So
Yeah.
we don't know why they scored it low. They could just be dicks, for all we
Yeah.
know. But from what I know, I think IGN gave it a 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I didn't look a whole lot into it, but it's on my list. It's on my list.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, WWE 2K25 came out,
There's,
sitting at an 82
yeah. Okay.
on Metacritic.
It's a yearly wrestling game.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't bought a yearly wrestling game in 5 years, I want to say. 2K19 was the best wrestling game I've ever played.
Yeah.
And
For
then
me, the best wrestling game is still
No Mercy.
WCW NWO Revenge. Or No Mercy, because let's face it, they're the same game.
They are literally the same.
They are literally the same. They're like a Japanese wrestling game that they rebranded with American wrestlers, and they're made by the same developer, which is why they've got the same exact combat system.
Yeah.
So they're effectively the same thing.
Yeah. The problem, the thing that got me off the WWE train was 2K. I think it was 2K20. That was the one that was like, so 2K19 was the same developer as it's been for like 15 years before that. But then they dropped for 2K20. I'm not sure what they're doing now. I should look into that. And they were left with who was co-developing the game with them.
Yeah.
And it was an absolute disaster.
Yeah, you suddenly shove the entire game on like a support studio or something.
Yeah, it was like the most popular YouTube videos were glitches. Like,
yeah, I actually do remember hearing that game was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, people falling through the ring and like their feet cutting off and the ropes being fucking crazy, and
Yeah.
graphics were awful. Like it was just it should not have been released.
Yeah.
And I haven't gone back since. Although some of the WWE games have come out on Game Pass and PlayStation Plus, so I've played those and they were pretty good. So they have bounced back since then, and it sounds like this one's one of the better ones. So,
Okay.
but they're overpriced.
Yeah.
I've talked about it on Wrestling Renaissance before. Sports games are the perfect genre of game for free to play, and none of them will do it.
Yeah, no, because you got so many people. Like you put out a new FIFA game, you got 5, 6, 7 million sales guaranteed.
Yeah. Although it didn't do well this year.
Yeah,
Which is
well,
interesting.
But I mean, it probably did decently. I can't imagine that it didn't turn a profit.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah.
You know, because you could just recycle so much of last year's game.
Yeah.
And it cuts out a bunch of the work. Again, I'm not saying that it's not.
No.
Not hard work that they're doing there, but it's not as hard as starting a completely new original game from scratch.
Unless you're the one working on the Switch version.
Oh god, yeah.
And then all you do is just break the game, make it look ugly, and then ship it.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was so bad.
Yep.
All right. That's the Metacritic check-in. We have an absolute boatload of news to get into. Easily the biggest news section on any podcast we've done. So lots to get into here. We'll see what kind of conversations it generates.
Yeah. So I just wanted to start off quickly saying there's been a new... Actually, there's been a few new things that we haven't talked about too much, but specifically a few days ago, there's a new trailer for the Devil May Cry show coming to Netflix. It looks pretty good. Yeah,
it looks all right. It won't be something I will be watching. It's unfortunately got that. I mean, I'm not a TV show guy to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely do I ever watch a TV show anymore. Paradise, that I talked about earlier, I was like, someone enticed me very, very much to get into that, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, TV shows are hard for me to get into, but it does look visually cool. I'm not so sure about the voice acting. It was a little. I mean, it's very anime, so that's hard for me.
Yeah, it was weird. They the guy playing Dante in this is the guy who plays Nero in the games.
Why wouldn't they just get the actual voice actor for Dante then?
I don't know.
Unless he didn't want to.
I mean, I can't imagine he wouldn't want to. Maybe it's because he's a weirdo. That guy, the Ruben Langdon, the guy who's been playing Dante.
It's because he's a weirdo.
No, he's a weird dude, man. He's like, okay. I don't know him personally. I think I might
talk shit, get shot.
I think I might have even mentioned this on the podcast before. I might have alluded to this. He posts some weird stuff on social media.
Yeah, I do remember you talking.
He's
about
talking
this guy.
about like he almost sounds like the kind of person who's in a cult. You know, like you get that vibe. Is like
a a closet serial killer.
Well, I don't know about closet serial killer, but it's like, what's this guy's deal?
Yeah, something's up.
It's one thing if somebody's like, oh, I'm into healing crystals or whatever, and you're like,
kind of weird.
Okay, whatever. But this goes beyond that. And it's like,
is he one of those people that thinks birds are drone cameras?
I mean, I don't know that he is, but it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was on that boat.
He's the kind of guy who's like, oh, these healing frequencies, or use these to cure your disease. It's like, what's going on, man?
Snake oil salesman?
Who knows?
That believes his own shit.
Who knows?
Weird.
Good voice actor, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah. We have some weird people in this world, though. Let me tell you.
There's some very weird people.
Weird people.
That's not even the only weirdo I know about in that industry.
No, definitely not.
No,
definitely not.
But yeah, so that show looks cool. I'll be checking that out. And it starts in April 3rd.
Oh, nice. Pretty cool. Pretty soon.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting into TV show season for sure. Yeah, when everything starts to kick up. I don't have any TV shows that I'm waiting on, I don't think. No.
Yeah, I'm not really a big TV watcher either. I mean, I like watching TV. You can get your TV programming on so much now. But as for like actual broadcast television, I couldn't tell you the last time I watched something that was being
Yeah, I mean,
broadcast.
yeah, even streaming shows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I do watch TV shows, but they're old TV shows. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to be in the mood to watch something new.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've talked about this before, but like 90% of the TV shows that I jump on board with season one end up getting canceled.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the incentive?
Yeah. It's demoralizing.
Yeah, I might as well just wait until the series is over and then binge watch it.
Yeah.
Because that means it's good because it lasted.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, anyway.
Or at least it was profitable.
Or at least it was profitable. Yeah, I guess I can't say that it was good because, I mean, look at Supernatural. What was that, like 15, 16 seasons?
Insane number.
Like, who watched it for that long without
God,
going,
you want to talk
why
about
are we
weirdos?
watching it?
Fucking Supernatural fans, man.
Yeah.
Those people are freaks.
Yeah. We just lost half our audience.
I don't give a fuck. Not about that.
If you don't like
if you're a person who is so convinced that the main characters of that show, who are brothers, are gay, and you harass the actors who play them to the point where they're afraid to bring their wives to conventions where they make an appearance, I don't want you being part of our audience.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. They might start getting thoughts about us.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Let's continue with the news. Starting with probably the biggest news of the week, I would say.
Okay.
Epic new Death Stranding 2 trailer has been revealed.
Oh
along
God,
with
that thing was like
date.
10 minutes long.
Yeah, standard Kojima fare. It's like a freaking
it's like, oh, this is the end of it. No.
Yeah, this is the movie.
Oh, this is the end of it. No. Oh, this is the end of it. No, there's still a minute left.
I don't know if that's a Kojima thing or a Japanese trailer.
No, it's 100% a Kojima thing.
It's a Kojima thing?
In the video it says edited by Hideo Kojima.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, he did the same thing for the Death Stranding 1 trailers.
Even when he's editing, it's still long as hell.
Yeah, stop it.
Also, that trailer is weird because there's stuff in it that contradicts stuff from earlier trailers. So
I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all.
I don't know what.
He doesn't know what he's doing half the time, and then it just until it's a final product, he's just fucking with people.
Yeah, like were those earlier trailers? Was that something that he decided to change? Because
probably
I don't know, because some of the things that were changed are like, I don't think he'd change his mind on those. That seems like exactly the kind of shit he'd do. And then like I'm being vague here because I don't want to spoil for anybody who's been not watching the trailers and wants to, be radio silent on it until it comes out. Yeah. But like the stuff that at least appeared to have been changed is like, I don't think he would double back on that. But then there's also like the possibility, like, was it a misdirect? Is it meant to, is it like when they, like when they filmed 2 series finales for Cheers so people wouldn't know which spoilers to leak? Like, what was going on?
There was a game that did that with the trailers, and I don't remember which game it was. It was a really high-profile game, and they on purpose put fake stuff in the trailer to surprise people when they played the game. And I don't remember what game it was, but I remember it being a huge deal because people were like, well, that's false advertising. And the director was like, no, it's not. I was showing you concepts for the game. I'm showing you trailers for the game. Doesn't mean I have to show you exactly what's in the game or like spoil shit for you. Yeah. Like I want you to not know what's going on in the game. That's the whole point of it.
I remember, you remember that game? You remember that game Hatred? The like isometric black and white murder simulator game.
Hatred.
This is the one where the guy was like, my name is not important. I just hate all this fucking human scum.
Doesn't ring a bell. I'm looking it up. No, this doesn't ring a bell at all.
Oh, really? Okay, well,
hopefully we don't get it on 20 questions.
Yeah, well, the trailer for that came out, and people were aghast because, oh my god, it's a game with violence in it. But it was like, no, this is a game where it's actually it's. You know how people like Jack Thompson would be like, "Oh, these games are murder simulators." Well, this is a game. This is actually a murder simulator.
Yeah, wasn't this about the guy who just goes on like a fucking like rampage? He just goes around killing people on purpose. Like
Yep,
that's the
yep.
whole. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you are just a spree shooter.
yeah.
And when that trailer came out, I saw all those people getting up in arms about it. It was like, guys, there's no way that this is what this is going to be. Like, it's so over the top. It can't be. This is obviously something to subvert our expectations. And then the game came out, and no, that's just what it was. I was
That's
like,
just what it was.
I was
Yeah.
so disappointed because I was like, oh man, I can't wait to see what they're actually doing. And then that's just
What's the twist?
yeah,
Is
and
it
then
all in
that
his
was
mind?
actually what they were doing. And I was like, oh come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Well, I mean, it has very positive reviews, and it's sitting at $2 right now
Yeah.
on Steam. So
I mean, apparently the gameplay is fine.
Yeah.
It's like a
it's a twin stick shooter. So.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
Yeah. So Death Stranding 2 in that trailer got a release date of June 26th, 2025. So it's coming out relatively soon.
Yeah, just yet another fucking game I have to play.
Well,
Although it's kind of cool that I finished the first game just within the last few months, so I'm pretty fresh on what happened in the last one.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble,
Mm-hmm.
but it is launching exclusively on PS5.
Oh god damn it!
So you will probably have to wait a year.
Ah, fucking of course.
Maybe
They
two
pulled
for
that. They
Death Stranding
pulled that
2.
shit with the first game as well because
Yeah.
Sony's publishing it. God damn
Because
it.
Sony's publishing it. Yeah. Yeah,
Also,
I don't know.
like, not to again, I don't want to spoil what was in the trailer, but dude, I've never seen such disrespect when the guy puts on the headband.
Yeah, the Metal Gear
It's
reference.
like, oh, that's just Solid Snake.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's a. I mean, that was an Easter egg or a callback, I would say.
Well, yeah, but then the next thing you've got a piece of machinery that looks like the head of Metal Gear Rex.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean, I think he said that he purposefully put Metal Gear stuff in this for some reason. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it looks like Death Stranding came out on PC. July of 2020. Is it that old? Oh, it wasn't that long after. So it was released on PlayStation in November 2019. So it was only like 6 months, 7 months, something like that. So not too long of a wait. But yeah, it is PS5 exclusive to start. Yeah, I don't want to talk about anything spoilery in the trailer itself. I don't think the Metal Gear thing was a.
No, it's not. Like it's the kind of thing that he does. But it's like he's not really said anything about Metal Gear since MGS5 came out.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time this game comes out, that'll have been 9 years since MGS5 came out. So he's been pretty quiet about Metal Gear pretty much that entire time. And now you have like this super obvious allusions to it in that trailer. And it's like, wow, okay.
I mean, it's possible that behind the scenes he's made up with Konami. And he's got the license to Metal Gear now.
I don't know.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. Yeah. If Sonic can appear on a Nintendo system.
And we got that Okami studio back.
Yeah. It's always possible. It's just possible. A question of how likely it is.
And with Konami getting back into the games industry,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they want to capitalize on Metal Gear in some way. So,
well,
we'll see.
They keep talking about doing a Metal Gear Solid movie, and
let's not do that.
It keeps not happening.
Yeah, let's not do movies.
Yeah,
that's just not.
But yeah, that trailer that was long as shit. And
great trailer.
It was good. Yeah.
Way too long for me. I at a certain point I was like, I should close my eyes and just not watch this. I don't want to know. You sold me.
Oh yeah, I was sold on the
2
game ages ago.
Yeah, like I don't need anything more. But it looks fantastic. Can't wait. All right, moving on. So this was news that I forgot to put in last week. So it's technically a correction, I guess.
Okay.
But this was a really weird story, and the reason I forgot to put it in was because IGN didn't cover it for some strange reason. GameIndustry.biz reports on it, as does a lot of other games media outlets. Legendary publisher Acclaim has been relaunched, and it's being led by CEO Alex Joseph. For those of you who don't know, Acclaim was probably one of the bigger AA publishers back in
Oh,
the
they were
90s.
huge in the 90s. They had the
Yeah.
fucking license to do Mortal Kombat games on the home
Hmm.
consoles. That's a
Yeah.
huge get.
Yeah, they did Mortal Kombat, Turok, NBA Jam.
Mm-hmm.
They did a lot of licensed stuff like The
Yeah.
Simpsons,
Oh yeah.
Alien,
Tons of
Judge
licensed games.
Dredd, Batman, tons of stuff.
And
Um,
then and then the turn of the century happened
yep,
and they lost their goddamn minds.
yeah. They went to shit real quick and
Yeah.
and fell through the gap. The confusing part of this, because there's nothing wrong with bringing back Acclaim, but the problem is that they don't have any licenses to all their old stuff anymore.
Yeah, like
They,
what is the point other than the name, which most people today either don't remember or remember as the company that said, "Hey, we'll pay for Grandpa's funeral if you let us put the Shadow Man 2 logo on his tombstone."
yeah, I don't. So apparently, where is it in the? I'm just looking through the article here. So it says it's created an advisory board of industry leaders to support the endeavor of resurrecting Acclaim, including Stryker Entertainment founding partner Russell Binder, Ridge Partners founder Mark Kaplan, and Global Force Entertainment founder and professional wrestler Jeff Jarrett. Remember him?
Hmm.
Um, and they basically, the point of this, I guess, as far as what they're saying, um, is it's going to be an indie publisher
Okay.
to help bring quality in indie games to people.
So they're trying to be like Devolver, basically.
Yeah. So I don't think they're aiming at getting back any of their old IP. I think it's
Okay.
just a new venture under an old name, which begs the question, why even bother with the old name?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said,
But
that name doesn't have any cachet anymore.
well,
Nobody remembers or respects the Acclaim name anymore because of how they ended up.
yeah,
So
it's got
who
some
the fuck
pretty
knows?
big names, supporting it.
Sure.
So we'll see how it goes. Apparently, they've already got one game in the pipeline.
Okay.
They haven't said what that is, but I thought it was very interesting. First
It
THQ is
is.
back, now Acclaim's back. THQ has released games though, so
Yeah. Well, THQ is part of the whole Embracer Group,
mm.
fiasco. So.
They have made a couple of good games though. What are they called? I think they're called THQ Nordic.
Yeah, they've been
now.
THQ Nordic for a while.
What games have they put out? Let's see. I know they put out Darksiders 3, which was really good. Here we go. Oh wow, they've put out a lot of stuff.
Well, they've been around for a while now.
Oh, there's pages of stuff.
Yep.
Whoa. Okay, I didn't realize they had that much stuff. Oh yeah, they did Biomutants, which wasn't really
Yeah.
really great. Oh, they did Remnant. I don't think they did Remnant 2 though, did they? Yes, they did. One of my favorite games of the last 15 years. Look at that. Yeah, I could go on this could be a whole show just looking at THQ Nordic stuff. Damn, didn't realize how prolific they were.
Yep.
All right, moving on. This one is baffling. Forza Horizon 5 is coming out on PlayStation 5. However, a confirmation comes from an FAQ posted on the Forza support website. Quote, yes, in addition to a PSN account, you'll need to link a Microsoft account in order to play for Forza Horizon 5 on PS5.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Need I say more, ladies and gentlemen? Need I say more?
It
is an online game, but for the love of God.
Yeah,
stop this.
That is excessive and ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm not going to play it anyway. I've played it on Xbox already, but because it's on Game Pass. But that sucks. That's so stupid. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything, but stop getting I'm so sick and tired of signing up for new accounts for everything.
Yeah, I mean, I already have a PlayStation account and a Microsoft account. But fuck, still.
It's annoying.
What a pain.
It's so stupid. Yeah. I put my foot down the last time I was asked to create an account. I'm like, well, I'm not playing your game.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've had 2 in the last couple of months. Payday 3, which asked me for whatever their account is, and then PGA Tour 2K25 asked me to create a 2K account, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm not doing that. Borderlands 4 better not ask me to make a 2K account.
Yeah.
All right, next up. This one's kind of weird. So a new report, courtesy of Windows Central, has come out, outlining Microsoft's video game hardware ambition and plans, alleging that their next full next-gen Xbox is set for 2027, and an Xbox-branded gaming handheld is due out later this year.
Really? This year? Okay.
So Windows Central reported on a partner PC gaming handheld codenamed Keenan, which is apparently in the works for late 2025, and the successor to the Xbox Series S and S, which is now fully in production and due out in 2 years. Of course, Microsoft has yet to comment on the report. However, its gaming executives have spoken publicly about both devices in vague terms across various interviews, which we've talked about on the show before. Especially Phil Spencer basically all but confirmed that they're working on a handheld.
Yeah.
From what this sounds like, let's see. So it says, as for the next gen Xbox, Windows said it is fully greenlit by Microsoft CEO. What's his name? Nadella. The console is reportedly a premium successor to the Xbox Series X, and this handheld, my reading skills are not good right now. Let me start that sentence again. The console is reportedly a premium successor to the Xbox Series X, and this console, alongside a first-party Xbox gaming handheld and new controllers, are set to round out Microsoft's console offering in 2027. The suggestion then is that Microsoft does not plan to release a direct next-gen successor to the less powerful Xbox Series S. Perhaps Microsoft expects its handheld to occupy the cheaper, less powerful console space that the Xbox Series S handles. Yeah. Windows Central expects the next-gen Xbox will be more like a PC than any Xbox before it, and will support third-party storefronts such as Steam, the Epic Game Store, and Good Old Games.
That would actually be kick-ass.
That would be insane. Continued backwards compatibility is also a given. Last year,
Is it a given, though?
Yeah, Xbox has been backwards compatible every gen.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a given.
I mean, it
would follow suit.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, if they didn't do that, I think it would be a huge.
Yeah,
huge
it would
mistake.
definitely be a huge mistake.
Yeah. Let's see. There was something else in here as well. No, that was it. So yeah, 2027. That actually sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Because the last time they went ahead early, they all but won that generation.
Yeah.
360. They came out a year in advance. The handheld shocks me, though, this year.
Yeah, that seems like a thing that I would say next year, maybe. But this year? Like, the fact that we haven't heard anything officially about it?
So here's the thing about this mysterious handheld, is that my theory currently is that, so you know how we got, like, Steam Deck, ROG Ally, all these other ones. I'm thinking the Xbox handheld is just going to be their brand of PC handheld.
Yeah, absolutely.
That runs Xbox games.
Yeah,
basically. So it may even have like a Windows mobile UI.
Yeah, I mean, they did have that thing on the Xbox One for a while where Xbox One games could also be played on PC as universal Windows applications. But I don't think that lasted forever. No. I don't think that's the case with the Series X, because it was like, well, then what's the point in buying an Xbox?
Yeah, exactly. Right? Which technically is still a problem for them. Because basically everything comes out on PC or PlayStation now.
Yeah. But
I like the biggest thing I think in here that, I feel like the lead is buried here is that, if it comes out in 2027 and has these features, like having sort of being a premium successor to Xbox Series X, them getting rid of Series S and just having one console, great idea.
Yeah,
That's
so the developers don't
that's
have to worry about two specs.
yeah, I think that was a huge mistake this gen. Although the Series
Mm,
S apparently sold pretty decently, but I
yeah,
think maybe the handheld, if the handheld is like a Steam Deck where you can plug it into a monitor or a
yeah,
TV and play it that way, that would be sick.
yep.
But I still think the biggest thing out of here is if the Xbox Series X two, for lack of a better name, because their
Hmm.
naming conventions don't make any sense.
Nope.
If it has access to Steam and good old games and Epic Game Store and the PC game and the Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Game Store,
That's a hell of a deal.
holy, that's insane.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, that might be one of the smartest moves they could make.
Yeah, well, I mean, Microsoft, because they're in such a unique position in that they have a dedicated game system, but they also own the home PC market.
Yeah,
Like, it's honestly, like, I find it surprising that they haven't done that already.
yeah.
If I was in charge, I'd be like, we should be integrating Windows all over this thing.
I've never understood why Xboxes didn't run on Windows.
Well, I
I've
mean,
always been confused on that.
technically the operating system that Xbox uses is derived from Windows, but it's not the same as desktop
No,
Windows. It's a
no.
highly specialized version for the Xbox. But like
Windows Xbox.
the underlying um like the underlying fundamentals like DirectX, which is what the Xbox name comes from originally,
Yeah,
that's the graphics API for the Xbox is Direct 3D, all that stuff. It has the same underlying technologies, but it doesn't have like a desktop environment to anything like that.
yeah.
Um, but that it's also because of that I'm like, why would you go to the trouble of making this highly customized and ultimately kneecapped version of Windows when you could kind of just sell a Windows box and
Yeah.
uh, you know I think people would be into it.
It's a little unfortunate. I think that they're kind of between a rock and a hard place when it comes to the name. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like Xbox is a brand that many many people know,
Hmm.
but when you're trying to send a message that you can play this anywhere,
Hmm.
it's really difficult when you have a name that's already established with a console that plays specific games. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's just it confuses the messaging, I
Yeah. At
think.
what point does Xbox go from a platform or a format to just a brand name?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's almost like they should change it to like Microsoft Gaming or something.
Yeah.
That's a terrible name.
It's a
But you know what
terrible
I'm
name,
saying?
but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they tried that. Remember, they had games for Windows Live.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
No,
Yeah. Maybe that's
no.
what the purpose behind that was, to eventually integrate Xbox into that, and it just
Well,
didn't work.
Xbox was integrated into that. Your Xbox Live account was your games for Windows Live account.
Yeah. But like I meant like get rid of the Xbox name entirely, and it's just everything's in that
Hmm.
umbrella now. You know what I'm saying?
I think they'll probably just continue to use Xbox as
I
a
think so too.
brand name for the gaming side of Microsoft.
Which I
Um,
think is fine. They
yeah,
got to capitalize on their history, but at the same time, it's like I hated the "this is an Xbox" campaign that they
yeah,
ran.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
It's
like
it's
I'm like, come on, you know. No, it's
yeah.
it's not an Xbox.
But
A PlayStation's an Xbox. No, it's
yeah,
not.
but the other thing is Sony's basically doing the same thing because PlayStation is now no longer just a platform. It's also Sony's gaming brand because now there's PlayStation titles on Switch and on PC. MLB The
That's true.
Show and
Yeah,
Lego Horizons
and
and
Xbox actually.
yeah, and fucking well, would is Spider Man? I mean, it's Insomniac, but that's not really a PlayStation Studios game.
No, no, it is.
Oh, it
Insomniac
is. It
is
is
owned by
considered.
Sony.
Oh, they're fully owned. That's right. They
Yep,
are, aren't they?
yep, 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 yep.
So yeah, it's just kind of going that way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Hmm.
We're in such a weird time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip over this one. I don't think there's any conversation that we can really have that would be of note, but I'll mention it real quick. But
Sure.
I'm gonna skip over it. Um, there was a leaked internal video from Sony showing an AI powered version of Aloy from the Horizon games.
Oh yeah,
that you
I
could
read
talk
about
to.
that. Ugh.
It was immediately taken down by Sony with a
Yeah,
copyright claim.
I bet it was.
Yeah. It didn't look good at all.
No.
But I mean, my assumption is that it was just something from testing that they're just dicking around
never
with.
Never meant for public demonstration. Just
Yeah.
hey, what can this do? Let's use
Yeah.
an established character to just make it easy and fast to do.
Exactly.
Instead of having to create a new character for an internal test that no one outside will ever see.
Yeah, it just seemed like an internal tech demo. So
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot to say about it. There's not enough to garner from it to extrapolate what they plan on doing. But
No. Obviously, we've both been pretty down on generative AI, but I will also say they'd be really stupid not to at least investigate it, if only to know what the technology is and isn't capable of. Even if you don't plan on using it, even if you find the tech more or less fundamentally unethical, it's a good idea to know what it's capable of. It's like knowing how to use a gun. I have no interest in ever shooting anybody, but I know how to unload a gun, because if there's, for some reason, if there's ever a situation where I'm in where I have a gun in my hand, I would very much like to know how to remove the ammunition from that thing, just in case.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good. That's a good point. But yeah, no, I think anyone who thinks that every single one of these companies is not doing
at least seeing what
AI
it's capable
research.
Of. Yeah.
Yeah. They're all doing AI research. It's just that's the way things are going.
It also bears repeating, there are plenty of uses for AI and machine learning that are not generative, that are not ripping off other people's work. There's all sorts of uses for it that are absolutely legitimate, that it should be used for.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I absolutely encourage that, but not the generative stuff, not when it's, built on models that are scraping people's work from the web.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. All right, next up. This one I just found a little interesting, a little bit of tidbit type information here. The Last of Us director Neil Druckmann did an interview with Alex Garland, who's the writer of 28 Days Later. And he talked a little bit about Last of Us and Intergalactic, and I thought I just wanted to share some of the things he said because they're kind of interesting.
Okay.
So the first thing he's confirmed
cautious
is
optimism.
Nothing terrible in here. First thing he confirmed was that Intergalactic has been in the works for 4 years already.
Doesn't surprise me.
After being just announced, at the Game Awards, I think. Yeah. Game Awards. This is a quote from Druckmann himself. He says, quote, "I joke about this with the team. We made a game, The Last of Us 2. We made certain creative decisions that got us a lot of hate. Mm-hmm. A lot of people love it, but a lot of people hate that game." Mm-hmm. Druckmann said, to which Garland joked, "Who gives a shit?"
Yeah. I mean...
Druckmann replied, "Exactly. Yeah. But the joke is like, you know what? Let's do something that people won't care as much about. Let's make a game about faith and religion."
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those that don't know, there is a major story twist in The Last of Us Part 2 that was
somebody dies
leaked
in Last of Us Part 2, and a lot of people were upset about that.
Yeah.
Also, there were a lot of people upset that one of the female characters has muscles. And they're like, "Oh, she looks like a man." It's like, well, if you're fighting to survive every day, you're going to bulk up a little bit, guys. Come on.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah. I personally think Last of Us 2 is a masterpiece. However, it's not a game that I would probably play more than twice.
Yeah.
It is very dark.
Yeah.
It is super depressing.
Well, I mean, it's literally called The Last of Us. That's not exactly a very happy implication for a story.
The first game is depressing, but it's also very uplifting in many ways. This game, and he's stated this before. He's like, the first game was the theme was love in the first game, and the second game's theme was hatred.
Yeah.
And you can tell.
Yeah.
Which made everybody kind of like go, if they make a third one, what's the theme of the third one? Redemption?
Yeah, reconciliation.
Reconciliation, like He goes on here. So the Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet stars Jordan Amon as Tatai or Tati? Tati. I'm not sure how you say Tati Gabrielle. Tate.
I would assume Tatty until you hear
Tati
it pronounced by someone who knows better.
Yeah. It takes place in an alternate historical timeline and features a pretty prominent religion, which has changed and bastardized and evolved over the years. Jordan will have to use all of her skills.
That's code for one of two things. Either Scientology or Christianity.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's like how Dead Space had Unitology, which is like, yeah, okay, who's that led by?
Yeah.
Gel Bon Rubbard? Come on, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not even the only game I've played or seen where it's like
they twist the name.
The religion is like very clearly a stand-in for Scientology. Ultima 7 has that as well. In fact, the leader of, they call it the Fellowship in Ultima 7, but the leader, his appearance is based on L. Ron Hubbard. It's not identical, but if you look at a picture of L. Ron Hubbard and then you look at a picture of the guy from Ultima 7, you'll be like, okay,
there's some through line there.
I see it now.
Yeah. He continues here. Jordan will have to use all of her skills and wits if she hopes to be the first person in centuries to leave the planet's orbit. Quote, this whole religion takes place on this one planet, and then at one point, all communication just stops. And you're playing a bounty hunter that's chasing her bounty, and she crash lands on this planet. So many of the previous games we've done, there's always like an ally with you. I really want you to be lost in a place that you're really confused about what happened here. Who are the people here? What's their history? And in order to get off this planet, again, no one has been heard from this planet for 600 years or so.
Oh, wow.
If you have ever hoped to have a chance to get off, you have to figure out what happened here.
So that's potentially some pretty serious cultural divergence. 600 years is a while.
It's the thing that kind of confuses me a little bit is that the trailer that we saw for Intergalactic did not give any religious vibes whatsoever.
No. Well, until the heretic part of the name, and then you're like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, like even and she gets on the planet and then she's fighting a robot. So I was like, okay, what's this? I don't know. You know what? If it is a robot, it probably is Scientology.
Yeah.
You
know what would be a really ballsy thing for them to do is have the religion be a stand-in for Scientology, and then it turn out to be the actual true faith. Like that's actually the meaning of life and stuff is Thetans and fucking Xenu and stuff like that, or whatever their stand-in for that is.
What's his name? Neil Druckmann's not afraid to just say it's Scientology.
No, I'm well aware that Neil Druckmann's not afraid to say a lot of things.
Yeah,
maybe he should be. You know, maybe he should think about what he says before he says it sometimes. You know, just once in a while.
You never know. Yeah, he's gotten a little brash over the years.
Also, the third possibility here is that the religion is a stand-in for Judaism.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Neil Druckmann is Jewish.
I feel like that means he won't go after it.
But you
unless
don't
he
know
has
that.
unless he has some feelings about it. And wants to.
Imagine that. An artist who is reckoning with something in their own lives, expressing it in some way through their art. It's almost like they do that all the fucking time.
It's almost like that's what people should do.
So much art out there.
Yep. Indeed. Yeah, so I thought that was some interesting little tidbits in there.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see more. Which we're supposed to see more from Heretic Prophet or Intergalactic. Just wish they would just call it Intergalactic. I hate the subtitle.
I think that name is probably already taken. It's not exactly
Intergalactic.
Yeah,
probably just like Horizon.
Yeah,
it wasn't just Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, you have to add a subtitle on there, else you can't trademark it.
Yeah. But yeah, there should be gameplay later this year at some point, probably during the summer of gaming.
Yeah.
Which can we just stop and just say it's E3?
Yeah.
It's not actually E3. It's just a bunch of it's all of these guys coming together and doing separate shows instead of all at one show. But it's the
Yeah.
same fucking thing. It's E3, guys.
Yeah.
You might as well just do E3, like, really.
Yeah.
All right. Next piece of news. Battlefield. The next Battlefield has leaked. However, there's some interesting things about this. So, despite requiring despite requiring pliers. Okay, let me start that again. Despite requiring players to sign NDAs to prevent details of EA's upcoming untitled Battlefield game leaking online, it leaked online anyway.
Of course,
dozens of video and screenshots popping off, showing off what players participating in the game's closed playtesting have been up to. As we reported when the leaks surfaced, the footage seems to confirm the modern setting previously teased by Vince Zampella. Distinguishing it from other Battlefield games. Man, I can't talk today. A quick scroll through the Battlefield subreddit gives us plenty of firefights, as well as a taste of the game's destructible environments and a handful of new mechanics, including the ability to hang off vehicles and dragging wounded teammates out of harm's way. However, perhaps most surprising of all, however, is EA seemingly doing very little to combat the leaks. Most publishers are fiercely protective of leaked early footage, as pre-release gameplay can feature incomplete animations, unfinished UI, and less than stellar graphics. This time, however, despite the fact players are breaking confidentiality agreements by uploading videos and screenshots, EA has yet to take any takedowns.
I mean, maybe they've just accepted that it's like they're like, well, that was a dumb thing to expect to have worked.
Well, the article goes on to say perhaps that's because, unlike Battlefield 2042's, they call it a lukewarm reception. I would say it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
that game was bad. Fans seem very pleased with what they've seen so far in these videos.
Yeah.
It goes on to like a bunch of Reddit posts about people commenting on it, and It looks good. I've only seen a 35-second clip of the destruction, but it looks fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
like beautiful visuals. That being said, I've never been a fan of the Battlefield games.
Yeah,
they're too chaotic for me.
I've not really spent a lot of time with them. I played Bad Company too.
I played the single player ones back in the day, but the multiplayer stuff, I'm just like, eh.
Yeah,
it's 100 people on the battlefield or 64 or whatever it is, and it's just chaos. There's no coordination. Like when you have war like that, it is coordinated. People are constantly communicating, but in these games, nobody's communicating. Everyone's just doing what they want to do.
It's just a free for all where it's either a teammate or an enemy.
Yeah,
I think it would be cool if you could actually like get enough people together that you could have a coordinated.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are.
Sure, yeah. I'm sure there's got to be like,
and I'm pretty sure that was the point of MAG.
Yeah,
because when you played MAG, you were in a field of like, what was it, 300 people? I think
256 players.
256 players, but each player was assigned to a 5-person squad that you could radio to, so it was like a little bit more organized.
Yeah.
Not a great game though.
Yeah. No.
But Battlefield does look cool. I'm a little surprised that they have closed playtests but haven't named the game.
Yeah, that is odd.
It's a little strange. Seems like it's really like based on what the footage is showing, it's like the game looks like it's far, like really far in it, like ready to come out this year, kind of far out.
Oh,
like
yeah,
looks really good.
Maybe they have a name, they just haven't announced it yet.
I did like that one Battlefield game. Is it Battlefield 3000 or something like that?
Oh, 2142.
Yeah, I love that one because you have to like board the spaceship that's hovering up in the air, and you have to shoot the warp core for all intents and purposes, and blow up the ship and then get off. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That one I liked because it was so different. But these like modern ones, I'm like, whatever. It's like 80,000th game.
Yeah,
that takes place in modern warfare or World War II. Can we visit some other timeline? It's a little
there
boring.
was a period where games were doing Vietnam for a little while, but then they went back to World War II.
Yeah. Brothers in Arms. They did a lot of Vietnam stuff, if I remember correctly.
I think Spec Ops had a Vietnam game.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it started as a Vietnam game.
I loved the Brothers in Arms games. Those were good. Hell's Highway was fantastic. It kind of reminded me of one of our favorites, Full Spectrum Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
It was really good. Wonder what happened to those games. Why don't they make those anymore?
Yeah.
I'd play those. All right, next up. Studio behind Disco Elysium has teased its next project, and it's not Disco Elysium 2.
Okay, now here's my question. Is it the studio behind it, or is it the people who actually made Disco Elysium?
Developer. Yeah,
because
ZAUM, I think they're called.
Yeah, those are two very different entities nowadays.
Yeah, no, this is the actual developer. They're calling it Project C4.
I'm sure that name doesn't carry any implications.
Yeah. They released a teaser trailer for the project. It's kind of just a psychedelic, various pieces of what I assume are concept art for the game. So they've said C4 is not Disco Elysium 2, but instead takes place in a completely new original world. We're told it's explicitly not a 007 style spy tale, but instead it's inspired by the novels of John le Carre, especially the Smiley versus Carla trilogy, which is like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, Honorable Schoolboy, Smiley's People. It includes elements of psychedelic sci-fi, borrowing ideas from Ursula Le Guin and Philip K. Dick, and action sequences inspired by Park Chan-wook.
Okay.
So it's going to be about the struggles of spies behind the scenes, espionage, allegiances, betrayals, and failure. Failure specifically will play a key role in Project C4 because it sounds like it will bring back one key element from Disco Elysium, the fail-forward philosophy.
Yeah.
Like in Disco, failure in C4 will not result in a reset or reload of the game. Instead, the story will move on accounting for your failure. That means living with consequences of your decisions, such as who to ally with, who to be loyal to, and how to spend your time. And yes, you're still at the mercy of your dice rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like a spiritual successor to Disco Elysium.
Sure.
Much like Saros, or Saros, however you say it, is a spiritual successor to Returnal. So, pretty cool. It does say, unfortunately, it's worth noting that while the studio's name is the same, many of the people who worked on Disco Elysium will not be working on Project C4. Numerous former members have left the studio since Disco Elysium's release, with multiple conflicting reports surfacing involving accusations of investor fraud and financial malfeasance. Yes. Did I say that right?
Yes.
And counter accusations of some developers creating a toxic work environment. People Make Games endeavored to sum up and reconcile these accounts in a lengthy video report, but the end result has been the splintering of ZAUM into multiple studios, purportedly working on spiritual successors, with now what remains of ZAUM, what a terrible name for a studio, focusing on Project C4. That leaves little hope left for a true Disco Elysium 2, which I don't think anyone is really clamoring for. I'm pretty sure Disco Elysium ended on a finale note. So anyway, that's cool. Moving on. Two pieces of news sort of combined here. There was a Silent Hill transmission this week, which revealed a whole lot about Silent Hill F.
Which is weird, because that game is apparently set in 1960s Japan.
Very cool.
Cool, but I mean, Silent Hill is a specific place. It's not in Japan.
Well, I guess we'd have to know more about the story. I watched the trailer, but it's all in Japanese and hasn't been translated yet, so I don't know anything about the story aside from what the visuals were telling me.
Yeah.
And the visuals are basically just telling me it's a fucking
It's a Silent Hill game.
Yeah, so I don't really know. It looks cool, very visually very pretty. It didn't show any actual gameplay though, which always bothers me. Mm-hmm. It's all just in-engine cutscenes from what I could tell.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't think it got a release date either.
I doubt it at this stage.
No, it didn't. Yeah. The other piece of information that we got Silent Hill related was that Bloober Team, the developers behind the Silent Hill 2 remake, have announced it signed a deal with Konami to make another game based on the Japanese company's IP, following the success of Silent Hill 2 remake. While neither Bloober nor Konami said what the game is or which franchise it's in, given Bloober's experience with horror games and the success of Silent Hill 2 remake, another Silent Hill game of some type seems likely, but nothing has been confirmed. And obviously, development is in the very early stages.
Yeah, so the question there is it a remake of Silent Hill 1 or Silent Hill 3?
Yeah, I have to assume. The problem is that the rest of the Silent Hill games to me are not like looked at as fondly as 2. So it's like,
No, but 2 is an exceptional game.
Yeah. So like, if they go back to 1, it's like, okay, well, what, you did 2 and then 1. Like, why didn't you do 1 and then 2? I guess because you weren't confident that it was going to sell.
Yeah.
I feel like they would be better off giving them the tools to make their own game.
Maybe. But that hasn't historically gone well. Because lots of other third parties outside of Konami have done their own Silent Hill games. And most of them were not great. Like, Silent Hill Origins is okay.
But this team has proven they can do a good game, though.
Maybe. Shattered Memories is actually pretty good, but Shattered Memories itself is a reinterpretation of Silent Hill Run. So
yeah.
And then, I mean, there's Homecoming, which...
that was bad.
Yeah, and then there's Downpour, which is... It's okay. But
4 wasn't bad. But I mean, they're all... That's always been my problem with the Silent Hill franchise when it's compared to Resident Evil. It's like the Silent Hill franchise peaked at 2.
Yeah, it did. It peaked really high at 2.
Yeah, but and then the rest of them are just kind of like,
Yeah, well, and Silent Hill 4 has the problem that it wasn't originally going to be a Silent Hill game, and then they changed gears and made it a Silent Hill game partway through development, which is why it doesn't really have Silent Hill 4.
Oh, interesting.
Which is why it doesn't have a lot to do with Silent Hill until, later on.
I mean, how much can you do at the same town over and over again, too?
I guess. It's not really... It's about the people who go to the town and have their, the skeletons in their closet pulled out by the town. But I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, there's only so many times you can go by Neely's bar or whatever.
Yeah. It kind of just eventually kind of feels not samey, but it's like, I don't know. No, unnecessary sequels.
Samey is a good word because Silent Hill is also not a very large town. It's a small resort town. And so there's only so much you could realistically make of the town before it's like, oh, now this is a massive city. So you either have to keep building out the town and making it way larger than it logically should be, or keep using the same environments over and over again.
Yep. Let's see, where was this? I didn't know this until someone had mentioned it to me, but we've had a bunch of movies and TV shows filmed in our town recently.
Oh, yeah?
Big ones. Umbrella Academy.
Really?
And Reacher. Both had some films here.
Are you bringing that up because they shot parts of Silent Hill here?
Yeah.
The movie?
Yeah.
Did you also cut class to go watch them do that? Because I sure fucking did.
I actually worked down at the old Eden Center back then.
Oh, okay.
So I literally walked outside and was like, what are they doing down there? And walked down and I was like, oh, sweet. I got a bunch of pictures of like the Silent Hill Expositor building or whatever it was.
I sure did too. I got fucking caught taking photos by someone on the crew.
Yep. I did not get caught.
Yeah, I totally got caught. Also, I got yelled at for picking up some of the fluff they had at the ground and putting a lighter to it.
Why did you do that?
I was curious, and there was somebody across the street was like, "No, don't do that." Apparently, it was shredded up newsprint, so it's a good thing they told me not to do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be flammable.
Yeah.
What are you, an arsonist?
Well, I was a teenager.
So was I. I didn't burn anything.
Yeah, but I'm also dumber than you. You're a much more sensible person than I am.
Well, I can't argue with that. All right, let's move on from Silent Hill. I thought this was kind of interesting. So, Midnight Murder Club is available now. And one thing I didn't realize...
That's like if the Midnight Society from Are You Afraid of the Dark went really, really bad.
Really bad, yeah. One thing I didn't realize is that they had a recent playtest that went really well.
Ooh.
People really enjoyed it. I also didn't realize that it's being published by PlayStation.
Oh.
It's out on PS5 and Steam. I haven't seen any reviews of it yet, which is weird. But it says it's available now. So, but I haven't. It wasn't on Metacritic. Let me take a look and see if I just missed it. Maybe. Midnight Murder. Yeah, no user score yet. No critic scores. Weird. Although it is an online game, so maybe they need time to.
Yeah, when did it come out? Because it could just be that sure. Fresh.
Yeah, it's probably too fresh. They'll probably play it for a couple of weeks before they do reviews. Well, sensible people will. All right, moving on. This one, I don't remember. I don't remember. I think did we talk about Monolith closing last week?
Yes.
So, Jason Schreier, who is like one of the preeminent news leakers in gaming now,
yeah, he's one of the few people who does actual journalism instead of just regurgitating press releases.
Yeah. He was on the Kind of Funny Games cast and did a whole hour-long interview with them about WB Games.
Oh.
So we have a shitload of information, especially about Monolith, to go over here, which is some of this is very interesting. So I haven't read the other stuff he talked about with WB Montreal and other studios, but I did read the Monolith stuff, so we'll at least go through that. So this is all from a Reddit post from Games Leaks and Rumors. It's basically just a summary of his interview with Kind of Funny Gamescast. So, following Shadow of War's release in 2017, Monolith was not interested in making another Lord of the Rings game and began developing an original IP codenamed Legacy. After Legacy was canceled by WB in 2021, Monolith's entire leadership team and many other developers quit. Most of these developers went on to form Cliffhanger Games with EA and are currently developing the Black Panther game.
Oh.
Monolith then began work on Wonder Woman around May or June of 2021. The game would be revealed at the Game Awards 6 months later, so very early, only 6 months in development. That was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Monolith was forced to work on Wonder Woman while simultaneously rebuilding their staff and leadership team. During development, a debate emerged about whether to use Monolith's in-house engine for Wonder Woman or switch to Unreal.
Yeah.
They eventually decided to stick with the in-house engine, but often ran into problems as many of the programmers and engineers who knew how to properly utilize the engine had already quit.
Yeah, they'd been using their own internal tech for many, many years, like 20 years.
Yeah, not a good idea to use an engine that nobody knows how to use.
Yeah, maybe don't piss those people off so they all leave.
Yeah. Around late 2023, early 2024, Wonder Woman was completely rebooted. The game changed directors, the Nemesis system was removed, and the game changed to be more of a traditional action-adventure game similar to God of War. Monolith devs had no beforehand knowledge of the studio's closure. They learned about it on a Tuesday shortly before everyone else did. It was also stated that the reason that Legacy was canceled by WB was because they had no interest in supporting new IP anymore.
Of course not.
So, for those shitting on Monolith, I think we can give them a little bit of a break. They clearly were not the problem here.
Yeah, I would never imagine shitting on Monolith.
No.
Aside from Blood 2. But even Blood 2 wasn't their fault. That was the publisher's fault. Again.
Yeah, they seem to get jerked around here. I'm surprised the whole studio didn't up and leave and go with them to was it Cliffhanger Games when they found out that the leaders were leaving. I'd be like, that's the rats getting off the ship.
Yeah, well, it might be that they weren't able to support everyone on the team coming over.
That's possible. That's possible.
It's also a big risk. You don't know. They wouldn't have known that Monolith was going to be shut down back then. So it's like, do we stick with what seems like a sure thing for now,
Yeah,
or do we
fair.
take a chance on the new thing? Like, I can understand people not leaving.
Yeah, especially with Wonder Woman, you'd think it would be a good
Yeah,
enough
that's the other
IP.
thing. That seems like a pretty sure thing.
Yeah. Although there is a bunch of people questioning why they were given a Wonder Woman game, because I think the Wonder Woman 2 movie came out after that. Let me see. When did Wonder Woman what was it called? 1984, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wonder Woman 1984 came out in December of 2020. And they didn't start the work on the game until May or June of 2021. So the Wonder Woman brand was already fucked by this point. And they
Hmm.
were still given this license.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have done that. That was I made once again another publisher mistake.
Yeah, well, maybe they were hoping that could help revitalize it. I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
they're already doing a rebooted Superman movie.
Dude, I've given up on DC. DC's such a fucking mess. It's insane. How do you fuck up Batman and I mean they haven't fucked up Batman. I'll be real. The Batman movies are all right, but everything other than Batman is just bad. Joker was good, but they can't seem to get a DCU to make any.
Then they made
sense.
Joker 2.
Yeah, and then they made Joker 2 and fucked all that up. Yeah, Aquaman I guess wasn't terrible, but it wasn't terrible because it was like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, this feels familiar. Let's look at WB Montreal here. I haven't read this yet, so I'm seeing this at the same time you are. Following the release of Arkham Origins in 2013, WB Montreal began development on 2 games: their own Suicide Squad game and a sequel to Arkham Knight focused on Damian Wayne. Both were eventually canceled, and they began developing Gotham Knights in 2017, which did come out.
Mm-hmm.
Gotham Knights was originally intended to be live service.
Yep.
But they reversed course. According to Schreier, the game itself wasn't changed much by this. It was just more like WB just decided to scrap the post-launch plans. That explains why that game sucked. Schreier says the Gotham Knights 1.5 he mentioned previously in his article would have actually been a separate, smaller game like Spider-Man Miles Morales, but wasn't approved. Also, he mentioned in the article WB Montreal pitched a Constantine game that was never greenlit and then began working on a Flash game that was canceled after the movie flopped. Good lord. WB Montreal just been through the grinder. Following Gotham Knights' failure, some executives at WB Games wanted WB Montreal to become a support studio, and many devs were put on support for Wonder Woman, oh god, and other games. As of now, WB Montreal is currently pitching a new game based on Game of Thrones. So that means WB Montreal, I guess they're not in too bad of shape. When did Gotham Knights come out? 2023 or 2? So they haven't even started the next game they're working on.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like 6 or 7 years before we see anything from WB Montreal. Brutal. Funny that they were given the next Arkham game and a Suicide Squad game, and they both got canceled.
Yeah, why would you?
I'd be interested in well, that was following the release of Arkham Origins in 2013. So the Suicide Squad game was clearly given to Rocksteady, and Arkham Knight, the sequel to the Arkham Knight, just faded away. Who's Damian Wayne? I don't even know who that is. Damian
Wayne is Bruce Wayne's son from a brief affair with some woman. I think it's Talia al Ghul.
Oh, yeah, it could be. They never mentioned Damian in the games, though. Not that I remember, anyway.
Yeah, he's been a character in like some of the animated stuff that they've done.
Gotcha. And then he's got three other points here for other WB studios. Schreier confirms that Rocksteady is in early development on a new Batman game.
Oh, really? What a shock!
Shocker! You put him back on something that should have been put back on to begin with. Whoa, crazy. As was previously noted, TT Games is working on a new Lego game that is planned to release next year. He's not sure exactly what it is, but it's been rumored that it's a new Lego Harry Potter that adapts the whole franchise in the same vein that Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga did. That makes sense. Especially with the new Harry Potter TV show coming. And as previously reported, Avalanche is working on a director's cut of Hogwarts Legacy with new DLC. Many Rocksteady devs are also working on it. Avalanche is also in early development on Hogwarts Legacy 2, but that's a long way off.
Yeah, and completely unsurprising.
Yeah. Hogwarts Legacy is probably going to be a next-gen game. That would be my guess. And that's it from Schreier. Schreier's a good dude. He's a good dude. All right. This one's crazy. This piece of news is crazy. I didn't even... I was like, wow, really? So, Niantic, the owners of Pokemon Go, Pikmin Bloom, Monster Hunter Now, all those mobile games, has sold its entire gaming division.
Yeah.
To, I think they're called Scopely, which is Saudi owned, for $3.5 billion.
Yeah.
So, yay.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it other than money talks, apparently.
Yeah.
More than character.
Yeah, all that oil.
Just what I want to do, play a Pokemon game ran by people that behead people.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, that's fun. I haven't read into this one yet, so let's go on a tour, a 3-hour tour on this one. Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 5 Enhanced Edition, now the worst user-reviewed GTA on Steam.
Ooh.
Rockstar's new and improved version version of Grand Theft Auto 5 isn't going down well on Steam following its launch earlier in March. It has a mixed user review rating on Steam, with 54% of the near 20,000 user reviews flagged as positive.
How did they fuck up GTA 5?
That's a good question. To put that into context, the original GTA 5 on Steam, now unlisted at the request of Rockstar Games, and as a result, unable to appear in search on Valve's platform, had a very positive user review rating on Steam. In fact, GTA 5 Enhanced is currently the worst reviewed GTA on Steam, with its closest competitor for the unwanted crown, GTA 3, the Definitive Edition, 66% positive reviews. GTA 5 Enhanced is a free upgrade for GTA 5 on PC that includes sought-after features previously only available in the PS5 and Xbox Series versions of GTA Online, including all the latest vehicles and performance upgrades available at Howe's Special Works, animal encounters, and access to purchase a GTA Plus membership, along with improved graphics options and faster loading times.
Yeah, the game does have insanely long load times.
Yeah, to boot up the game, it's insane. Once you're in, it's fine. But that's pretty much both. GTA 4 was the same way as well. It's just that initial load up is just...
Yeah, well, I guess that's why...
5 minutes.
I guess that's how you don't have the... Remember how it was in San Andreas, where there was a loading screen when you went across the bridge to one of the other areas?
Nope, we've been over this. I have never played San Andreas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, there was a loading screen.
When you crossed the bridge?
Yeah.
So when you went from one island to another, basically?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And that was long.
It wasn't crazy long, but it was annoying to have happen in the middle of driving.
Yeah, for sure. So GTA 5 Enhanced is a free upgrade. We already talked about that. Blah, blah, blah. We already talked about that. All players who currently own GTA 5 on PC can upgrade to this new version for free, with the ability to migrate your story mode and online progression. And you'd think that would be a relatively straightforward process, but it appears the account migration isn't working as intended for many players. Indeed, account migration problems are at the heart of most of the negative reviews flagged as most helpful. The GTA Online profile associated with the Rockstar Games account is not eligible for migration at this time, reported one disgruntled player. If you think I'm... I love this quote. I remember... I read this. I love this. One disgruntled player wrote, quote, "If you think I'm throwing away nearly 700 hours of gameplay on one character so that you can make a few more bucks off me, then you can lick my anal orifice clean."
Oh.
Oh, I love it. So visceral.
He's getting medical with it.
I don't know why. I love it. This is an objective downgrade from the old version. Gonna pretend this was never released and continue to enjoy Legacy version until the new game comes out when I'm 60. I'm leaving a negative...
Look, that guy might be 59 years old.
He might be. It's totally true. Uh, I'm leaving a negative review mainly due to Rockstar deciding that some accounts should arbitrarily not be able to migrate, and if you ask for help from support, they just say they can't do anything about it. Another one reads, I can't migrate either of my two accounts. Rockstar support is completely useless and can't help, with the game being over 10 bleeping years old. I am sure as hell not going to completely restart all my progress online just to get marginally better graphics and HSW and whatever minuscule shit they added. I don't know what HSW means. Oh, that's the shop works. Despite these issues, GTA 5 Enhanced remains one of the most played games on Steam, with a peak concurrent count of 187,000 since launch. But it has sparked concern over the inevitable PC release of GTA 6, with some PC gamers worrying that Rockstar's struggles with GTA 5 Enhanced could signal launch problems down the line. I wouldn't be too worried about that. If this is just a migration problem, then GTA 6 shouldn't have that.
Yeah,
that
until they
issue to
do a
begin with.
GTA 6 Enhanced Edition.
Yeah, in 20 years.
Yeah.
When I'm 60. All right. It's time for a bingo card checkmark.
Uh-oh.
A minority shareholder in Ubisoft is attempting to organize a protest outside the company's Paris headquarters.
Damn, I was hoping you were going to say a fucking Brute Force remaster is coming.
No, not a good one. Accusing Ubisoft of failing to disclose alleged discussions with Microsoft, EA, and other publishers reportedly interested in acquiring its franchises. In a statement seen by IGN, the CEO of AJ Investments claimed Ubisoft is horribly mismanaged by current management, and he wants a clear roadmap for recovery from the senior team to address declining shareholder value, lackluster operational execution, and failure to adapt effectively to market trends. He alleged that Ubisoft has not been transparent about its decision-making, accusing the firm of hiding information, including an Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC partnership with the Saudi investment firm, Savvy Group. So it gets even darker, yeah. Crazy. The shareholder also pointed to a restricted article published by business investment platform Merger Market that alleged discussions between Microsoft, EA, and others that are interested in acquiring IPs from Ubisoft. Management did not inform public about these steps either. Ubisoft did give a statement to IGN, but it's typical political bullshit. Man, I'm kind of sorry, I'm still reading the article here. I'll just continue with the article.
It sounds like they're coming apart at the seams.
Yeah, quote, management postponed its current game, which should save the company and its financials, Assassin's Creed, for the first time on the 18th of July 2024. On that date, Ubisoft confirmed full-year guidance for the year and release of AC Shadows on November 15th, 2024. Just a couple of months later, in September 2024, Ubisoft delayed the game again and revised its guidance, which in our view was a move that could have been predicted by Ubisoft management. After the third delay, the game will finally be published on March 20th, 2025, which as of this writing is 6 days from now. These delays and revised guidance has caused severe stock declines, which harmed mostly retail investors that have limited resources to manage their positions accordingly. This action benefited mainly corporate and institutional investors who were on the buy side for distressed prices, such as there's a bunch of credit names.
Yeah.
Believing management did not communicate with shareholders appropriately, AJ Investments is calling on all investors who are frustrated with the prolonged stagnation in Ubisoft stock performance and the lack of decisive action from the management team to join its protests in May. It goes on from there, but I'm kind of ready for Ubisoft to just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Something shit's hitting the fan. It's time you got to do something.
Something's got to give.
Yeah. So the question is, are they going through with selling its IP, or are you gonna fucking correct the ship? Because you're in a fucking nosedive.
Yeah.
Right into the fucking pits of what's that Star Wars pit? The Sarlacc pit. Right into the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, the Sarlacc pit. Yeah.
Right into the Sarlacc pit. Yeah, I'm kind of. That's the next Ubisoft news I want to see, is just some sort of positive change.
Yeah.
I hate to say that selling off their IP is a positive change, but it is at this point.
Yeah.
Like just rip the Band-Aid off, guys.
Yeah.
We know it's coming. Next one. Man, a lot of news. Free-to-play shooter Spectre Divide shutting down weeks after console launch.
I've never even heard of this.
I actually was in the beta for this one.
Oh. Was it any good?
It had a gimmick.
Okay.
Which seems to be most free-to-play games.
Was it a good gimmick?
Apparently not. Free-to-play 3v3 shooter Spectre Divide is being shut down 6 months after its initial launch in September 2024, and just weeks after its arrival on PS5 and Xbox Series. And its developer, Mountaintop Studios, is also closing. Mountaintop CEO Nate Mitchell confirmed the news in a statement published on social media. Quote, unfortunately, the Season 1 launch hasn't achieved the level of success needed to sustain the game and keep Mountaintop afloat. The team was optimistic? That's a spelling error. The team was optimistic following the first week, reporting the game attracted around 400,000 players, with a peak concurrent count of approximately 10,000 across all platforms. But as time has gone on, we haven't seen enough active players and incoming revenue to cover the day-to-day costs of Spectre and the studio. Since the PC launch, we stretched our remaining capital as far as we could, but at this point, we're out of funding to support the game. So yeah, it was a 3v3 shooter, first-person shooter. The gimmick, though, was that you could clone yourself, basically.
Okay.
And it would do what you did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like you basically record yourself and it does it again. And then you can also do like swap places with it and all this other kind of stuff.
Okay.
It was kind of neat.
Yeah.
The problem is that this market is so flooded.
Yeah.
For you to stand out, you need more than a gimmick. You need something special.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this game just didn't have it. But it was cool. But I guess that technology's going elsewhere. Or going nowhere. To the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Moving on.
If only they could clone themselves and swap places with a more successful version of themselves.
Oh!
Yep.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Split Fiction has hit 2 million sales after just 1 week.
Good for them.
Hazelight Games says its latest co-op adventure Split Fiction is continuing its roaring start after selling 2 million copies in just 1 week. Its first million was sold into the first 24 hours. Nothing really else to say. It's getting high praise, great feedback. I think the one really cool thing about Hazelight's games is that you can buy 1 copy of the game, and it comes with a friend pass, which you can use to play co-op with someone else.
Cool.
Without them having to pay for their own copy of the game. So, pretty cool. I fully expect Split Fiction will make it to Game Pass or PlayStation Plus at some point, just like It Takes Two did. All right, moving forward again. Oh, this is a journey we're on.
Mm-hmm.
A journey. All right. This one's interesting. Jeff Strain, who was the co-founder of ArenaNet and co-creator of State of Decay, along with his wife Annie, are suing Marvel Rivals creator NetEase for $900 million, alleging that NetEase caused the devaluing and ultimate closure of their studio by spreading rumors among investors that the Strains had committed fraud with their most recent venture, Britannia Media Group.
Oh, yeah, I did see something about this.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. In a case filed in January in the Civil District Court for the Parish of Orleans in Louisiana. That's a long way of saying New Orleans, I'm assuming. And since moved to federal courts, the amended complaint seen by IGN opens with a hefty accusation. Quote, this case is about the destruction of the careers of 2 gaming industry veterans and their company by a Chinese entity seeking to avoid compliance with United States law. The story told by the Strains in the complaint is a complex one that does not fully fill in many of the questions left last year when Britannia Media's subsidiaries unexpectedly shut down one by one. Per their account, NetEase invested early in one of Britannia's subsidiaries, Crop Circle Games, taking a 25% share and seeding Han Shanglin I'm going to say his name is, on the company board, with Jeff and Annie Strain taking the other two positions. At first, they say the relationship was a positive one. However, over time, they say that NetEase leaders and representatives began to express concern about compliance with U.S. laws regarding foreign investment, including in at least one email asking the Strains to keep their investment low profile so as to avoid having to comply with rules laid out by the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States. The complaint says they were asked to open branches in Canada or Ireland in order to make it easier for NetEase to invest. A significant portion of the complaint endeavors to outline NetEase's alleged ties to the Chinese community. Community? I think that's supposed to be it says Chinese Community Party.
Is no, that should be Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah. That didn't look right to me. Suggesting NetEase wanted to keep those connections confidential from the United States government, and citing both Tencent's declaration as a Chinese military company by the U.S. government earlier this year, and reports that NetEase CEO Ding Lei allegedly used the threat of CCP retaliation against Activision Blizzard back in 2023 in dealings with the company over licensing issues. The pair also claimed they were told by Lei that Lei was in the process of immigrating to the United States in a $29 billion Bel Air mansion sold to him by Elon Musk in 2020. They say that Lei expressed concern that his immigration would be threatened if NetEase investments were publicized. It goes on for like an hour and a half from there. But it seems like they have a huge case. NetEase could be in some serious shit. There are some huge names in this. Actually, do you want me to keep reading it? It's actually kind of interesting.
Sure.
Okay, so we were there. The Strains say that they continue to ask questions and push the company about regulatory compliance, and over time their relationship with NetEase began to break down. It also seems that the company began to have money troubles at some point during this period, because in early February of 2024, Crop Circle Games laid off some of its staff and furloughed others, and IGN understood at the time from sources close to the studio that internally there was significant confusion, fear, and later anger internally at how the situation was handled. In the Strain's complaint, they say that on February 22nd, Jeff Strain received a text from a managing director at one of the venture films that invested in Britannia, saying that Crop Circle Games was being accused of fraud and misuse of funds. The Strains claim they traced the rumors back to its source, saying that the director claimed he had heard this from NetEase. In a board meeting in March, Han Chenglin admitted that he told his coworkers, quote, "I'm really surprised that the company is running out of runway so quickly," and suggested that this is where the rumor had come from. The Strains allege that following this incident, other investors began to pull funding from Britannia, and the company could not find any new investors to work with. According to the complaint, in the ensuing weeks and months, Britannia Media and all its subsidiaries would be worth nearly nothing, having once been estimated to be worth around $344 million. Britannia shuttered Crop Circle Games entirely at the end of March last year, and then in April, Annie Strand published a lengthy letter on the company website in which she blamed the recent industry economic downturn and the inability to find funding for the company's struggles. She also repeatedly mentioned an alleged article being written by Kotaku reporter Ethan Gotch that she claimed would have outed her own personal health struggles without consulting her. The letter was taken down not long after, and Kotaku never published the article in question. However, Britannia's subsidiary Possibility Space shuttered a week later, with Jeff Strain blaming employees leaking information to the press for the closure. Neither NetEase nor allegations of fraud were mentioned at this time. Jeff Strain, Annie Strain, and Britannia Media are suing NetEase for defamation, unfair trade practices, torturous interference with business relations, and negligence, and they are seeking damages in excess of $900 million, triple their company's prior valuation.
That sounds like a lot of shit.
Yeah, NetEase shared a response to the suit.
Oh.
Which I'm sure is probably corporate bullshit, but let's read it anyway.
Let's find out.
The allegations by Britannia Media and its founders, Annie and Jeff Strain, are wholly without merit, and we explicitly deny and will vigorously defend ourselves against them. Our record as a global gaming company speaks for itself, and we remain committed to conducting business with integrity. Aren't you guys like...
Does it, though?
Yeah, I don't think you guys are, I mean, these are the free-to-play guys that just rip people off left, right, and center. I don't know if you... I think you prey on people. I think that's what you do. We are confident that the legal process will vindicate our position and shed light on the real reasons behind the demise of the Strain Studios. I'll be interested to see how that unfolds.
Yeah.
Because there are things in there where I'm like, are you just blaming NetEase for your own failures?
Yeah.
Or did NetEase really
Yeah, if the allegations about the
hiding
skirting around
the
the
law?
regulations, then that's considerable.
Yeah, that's a huge problem. Not a good look for China either in general. People be oh also when they mentioned Canada in this article, when I originally read the first few uh, paragraphs, there was a typo and instead of Canada it read Canada.
Jesus Christ.
I posted a comment saying we're Canada, not Canada.
Yeah.
Someone replied with, "You Canadian people are so crazy." Oh, and his name is Toilet Paper Jesus, so that makes it even more funny.
I mean,
Yeah,
toilet
crazy
paper is
situation.
kind of a miracle.
It really is, man. It really is. I mean, when we were doing the pandemic, that's what people were running for.
Yeah.
Gotta have my toilet paper.
Yeah.
This one is worth noting. I'm not sure. Is there any like upcoming gaming shows or Gamescom maybe?
I don't know.
I feel like we're near something. No, that Gamescom's August. Gaming events in 2025.
I know that Nintendo is going to have a direct on April 2nd.
April, yeah. What's the date today? March 14th. That one's already passed. 14th. Oh, GDC.
Ah, okay.
Game Developers Conference. So the reason I bring that up is because our next article is about Critical Role. Travis Willingham, who's the CEO of Critical Role, says that an announcement for their video game could be announced any day.
Yeah.
They have not said anything about it other than it will likely take place in their world, or Matt Mercer's world, Exandria. But I'm super excited to see what they're doing. We've talked about this before on the show, that they announced that they're going to be making a game.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see what they do. I think when we talked about it before, I was like, they need to make like a Telltale style game to start off with. That would be perfect. I know everybody probably wants like a super deep RPG, but come on, guys, this is their first game.
Yep.
Don't expect Baldur's Gate Critical Role Edition. You're not going to get that.
Yeah.
Unless they did. Maybe that's what Larian's working on. Who knows? Imagine that.
Can
Critical
you imagine?
That would be insane. But I doubt it. All right, moving on. We're almost through. Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster has hit 5 million sales, bringing the Final Fantasy franchise total up to 200 million copies sold.
Okay, but like that's 6 games, so that's not even 1 million for each.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, I think a lot of the people did the package.
Yeah, but then again, those are like 30-plus-year-old games, so for them to still be
selling
is not bad at all.
Yeah. Just thought it was worth noting.
Yep.
Great games. Let's see. Only 3 left. Gears of War E-Day co-developer People Can Fly signs new project with Sony, codenamed Project Delta, which brings People Can Fly's project count to 8.
Jesus Christ.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of games working on. So People Can Fly is currently developing a large number of projects with similar code names, including Project Gemini, which is a game being developed with Square Enix, Project Echo, which is with Krafton, who is the PUBG and Callisto Protocol people.
Right.
Project Red, which is also with Sony. And they also have the VR project Bison, which is their final VR project. Just last December, the studio canceled Project Victoria, and they scaled down another game called Project Bitfrost. And then prior to that, in April, it canceled Project Dagger, which was an action adventure title in partnership with Take Two. I think they're also working on. No, they did that one already. So yeah, they have 8 unannounced, or sorry, unconfirmed games in production
Yeah.
at
Now,
one studio.
here's the question: which one of those is a new Painkiller game?
I'd prefer to see a new Bulletstorm. What games have they made before that? Let's see. That is not helpful at all. That's your games page? That is not helpful whatsoever.
Just go to the Wikipedia page.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Painkiller. They co-developed Gears of War, Bulletstorm, Gears of War Judgment. Oh, they made Outriders. That's a pretty popular game. I didn't like it, but it's pretty popular. Right, they co-developed Green Hell VR and Bulletstorm VR. And that's it. And now they have a million projects in development.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man, I remember when Painkiller came out back in like 2004. I was so fucking blown away that you could like pin guys to the wall with the stake launcher.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was good times. I love that.
Or you had the shotgun with the alt fire that froze them so you could freeze them and then shatter them with the shotgun blast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wish that game was more than just giant combat arenas, like a Serious Sam game.
Yeah. It was fun, though.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah. All right, 2 left. I left this one for second last because I'm hoping you haven't heard it so that you'll be impressed. The speedrunning community is trying to wrap its head around a technological phenomenon that is seemingly causing the Super Nintendo to run games faster as it ages.
Interesting.
You haven't heard anything about this? Okay, good.
No.
So, alarm bells rang in early February when BlueSky user Alan Cecil, or Cecil, how do you say that name from Final
Both
Fantasy?
pronunciations are considered acceptable.
Okay. Alan Cecil, I'm going to say Cecil, spread the word that Nintendo's iconic console seems to be running games slightly faster now than when it left production in the 1990s. It's a theory that would mean nearly 50 million Super Nintendo's units sold may now feature improved performance with games like Super Mario World, Super Metroid, and Star Fox instead of wearing down as the years goes on. The idea of a video game console or any kind of technology working more efficiently simply thanks to the passage of time sounds ludicrous, but Cecil's findings suggest a single component may be what's setting this Super Nintendo apart from the rest. As explained in an interview with 404 Media conducted with Cecil, official Nintendo specs say the Super Nintendo's audio processing unit, SPC 700, has a digital signaling processing, DSP, rate of 32,000 hertz, dictated by a ceramic resonator that runs at 24.576 megahertz. Do you know what any of that means?
I do, actually, to a certain degree.
Okay. Retro console fans have documented that these details aren't quite accurate, with recordings from the last few decades showing slightly altered DSP rates depending on physical conditions, such as temperature, the Super Nintendo is recorded in. It means the console is often processing audio and sending it to the CPU at a different rate than Nintendo has communicated, and as the DSP fluctuates, so too does the game's speed, and even if it's in small, unrecognizable ways. Which is all fine and good, but where things get interesting is how that number has changed in the last 34 years. Cecil asked Super Nintendo owners to record data related to their Super Nintendo units after noticing slightly higher DSP rates that were even more out of the ordinary than previously documented. The more than 140 responses gathered so far show an undeniable trend in increased DSP rates in recent measurements. Some previously recorded average DSP numbers for the SNES's SPC 700 hovered at about 32,040 hertz. HD is hertz, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in 2007. Cecil's finding raises that average to 32,076 hertz. Factors such as hot and cold environments do play a part in higher and lower stats too, but not enough to alter DSP in the way needed to yield these results. In other words, it looks like the SNES is processing audio faster as time goes on, Based on 143 responses, the SNES DSP rate averages 32,076 hertz, rising 8 hertz from cold to warm. Warm DSP rates go from 31,965 to 32,182, a 217 hertz range. Therefore, temperature is less significant. But why? How does it affect games? We don't know yet. Cecil admits that while fascinating, more research is needed to determine not only how much faster Super Nintendo units are processing game audio, but what exactly the cause is. Data related to how consoles performed in their first decade on the market, for example, is limited. For now, at least on the surface, Nintendo's second major console appears to be aging quite gracefully as it nears its 35th birthday. Regardless of what exactly might be behind these bizarre circumstances, the prospect of a popular gaming console gradually causing games to run faster has made waves in the speedrunning community. An SBC 700 progressively processing audio to the CPU quicker than intended could, in theory, impact game performance by shortening load times in certain sections. Audio processing faster in 2025 than it did an identical speedrun from 1990 could potentially send more than 3 decades of leaderboard rankings and records into question. Thankfully, how a wiser NES might affect a Super Nintendo... Thankfully, how a wiser Super Nintendo might affect a Super Mario World Run speedrun isn't so straightforward. APU speeds aren't a one-to-one translation to visual game speed. In reality, even the most extreme circumstances related to these new findings would likely only shave off less than 1 second of your average speedrun. How each game might benefit from altered audio processing is also up for debate, and there's no indication of how significantly longer speedruns could be impacted at the time of the story's publication. Speedrunning community's research is in its infancy, but even as further experimentation is conducted, the consensus for now is that players have little to fear. While Cecil continues digging into what makes the SNES tick, Nintendo's console is charging through its 30s and feeling better than ever.
Yeah, so it sounds like this is a guy who is like hooking up the system to an oscilloscope to find out exactly what's going on through those data lines. Yep. And yeah, that stuff has some variance in it, and
but the average seems to be going up.
It does seem to be going up, but it's not going up by that much. I think the story, like the lead, is kind of
misleading a little bit.
A little hyped up more than is
it's not like this is going to change the way that these games are played.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to get 30 FPS out of fucking Star Fox, that's for sure.
No. But a million years from now.
Yeah, wow, awesome.
The Super Nintendo might be like...
Supercomputer, yeah, great.
Yeah. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting, though.
This is the kind of thing that will be of note only to, like, hobbyists.
Diehards.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting enough to read, especially with you. You like old school stuff.
Yeah, it is interesting, because you would think that the hardware would decay over time. And, I mean, for all I know, it could be decaying, but decaying in such a way that the physical properties of the processor are now unbound in ways that they weren't before. Who knows?
Who knows?
You know, this is one of those things that you can only test after, like, many, many years have passed, as they now have. So, so yeah, it's interesting. But the idea, like, they start off the article saying, like, oh, this could throw speed runs into a brave new world, and then they go on to say, yeah, it might only improve times by about a second. It's like, okay, so what you're saying here
that can make a big difference for speedrunners. 1 second can make a huge difference.
Yeah,
but I digress.
Yeah, it sounds like a story that's more hype than anything else. It's just
I agree.
This is neat. Let's build up a narrative.
I thought it was neat.
It is neat, but it doesn't. It doesn't need the this could
the hyperbole.
This could turn speed running on its head. No, it won't.
No, not for another 1,000 years.
Yeah.
All right, our final piece of news is just a PlayStation Plus game catalog update for March 2025.
We are almost at 2 hours.
Yeah, I told you there was a lot of news, my friend.
Yeah.
Told you. So March 2025, which means these games will go live on March 17th, this Tuesday, starting with UFC 5 for PlayStation 5. It's already on Game Pass. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Rest in peace, that team.
Yeah.
Captain Tsubasa.
Oh yeah, that's like
anime.
A Japanese anime series, yeah.
Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy.
Also an anime series. I think Captain Tsubasa is like a soccer franchise or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Arcade
it's
Paradise.
basically just an anime themed soccer game.
Arcade Paradise. Uh, Bang on Balls Chronicles. Don't ask me what that is. Actually, do
Awesome.
ask me. Do ask me what that is. Let's
What is
see.
Bang on Balls Chronicles?
Uh, well, it's got a user score of 78.
Okay, so we got some people like banging balls.
It says it's an oddball of a 3D platforming game with a collectathon spin. Sure.
Okay.
Also, You Suck at Parking and
That is
Siberia, the
actually a
World
true
Before.
statement. I'm terrible at parking. You know what else I'm really bad at? Coming to a gentle stop at stop signs and stoplights.
You should be good at that. You play video games.
Yeah, I'm actually not very good at driving games.
Oh, okay. Well,
You want to
there
know
you
a
go.
funny story?
Tell me a
So
funny story.
the very first driving lesson I ever took, I played GTA
Oh,
Liberty
no.
City Stories right after that, and I didn't hit a single thing in that game.
Hmm.
Like
Felt a
in
little felt a little conscious,
well, no, it was
self-conscious.
like, oh no, I understand how I'm supposed to behave on the road now because I'd just taken a driving lesson, first one I'd ever had, and
Yeah.
it was like, oh, the game actually does reflect this, and if I obey the rules of the road, I actually won't hit anything.
If
It'll
I obey the rules of the road.
it'll take me longer to get there, but I was just like, oh, look at that. It really does work.
I think it was GTA 4 that allowed you to take a taxi, but you could actually like ride the whole way there.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Red Dead Redemption. Is you could just sit and watch the scenery go by, or
Yeah,
you
like
could
it's cool.
skip ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so You Suck at Parking and Siberia, the World Before. I played the original Siberia. It was pretty good. It's
yeah.
one of those point and click games.
There's a few of those.
Yeah, and I played that like way back in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Crazy that it's still going. And then PlayStation Plus Premium members will get Arcade Paradise VR and the previously announced Armored Core 1, 2, and 3 classics.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say anything about anything leaving PlayStation Plus this month, so that's always a good thing. And that, as they say, is that. Whew!
That was a lot.
That was a lot of news.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a quick topic of the week this week.
Yes.
So let's do that. So we thought we would run down our top 10 games that we want to play next, our top 10 most anticipated games that we want to play next as quickly as we can, basically. Why don't we just bounce back and forth?
Sure.
I've got mine ordered. I know you probably don't.
No, I just put them in whatever order I thought of them.
Okay. Do it then.
All right, you want me to go first?
Yeah, do it up.
All right.
I've been talking for a while.
Fucking, here's a spoiler. Most of these games are already out, and I just haven't gotten around to yet. In fact, 1, 2, 3. So 7 of them are, and 3 of them aren't.
Okay. Mine. I think I'm the opposite. I have 3.
Yeah.
I think that are out, and then the rest are not. Yeah.
And also, some of these games I do already own, and just need to get around to. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah. Yeah. That's surprisingly not on my list.
Oh.
But I think it's because I know that I can't play it properly because the PS5 version is apparently not good.
Yeah.
So I'll wait till PS6 and I'll play it. Yeah, we both want to play that for sure. Have you finished Remake yet though?
No.
Is that higher on your list?
No, because I've already played it, so it's not on. It's not on this list. It is on the list. The overall list of stuff that I need to play and or finish. This is the list that I made specifically for this episode.
Okay, fair. My number 10 is Expedition 33. That new France-based studios game.
Yeah,
the RPG. Yeah, the one with the painter. That one looks really cool. It had a recent preview, and people are comparing it to Lost Odyssey.
Yep.
So I'm stoked about that game. You're up.
Control.
Oh, okay.
which, as you'll recall, I purchased from Steam while we were recording an episode.
Yes. Yeah, went on sale.
Yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed Control. It was a little too difficult for me in the sort of, I don't know how deep I got in the game. I may have been like halfway or like 3/4. I really don't know. But I got to a point where I was getting frustrated at a certain boss or something like that.
Yeah.
And I gave up. But I really want you to play some of these games so you can talk about them on the show.
Yeah.
My number 9 is South of Midnight.
Okay.
Coming from Compulsion Games, I want to say. No, that's not it. Who's making? Oh, it is. I got it right. Hey, look at that. I'm so smart. Yeah, I love the look of that game. It looks so good. And I third-person action games, I'm just a big fan of. So,
all right, my next one. No surprise because we talked about it a bunch. Death Stranding 2.
Nice. That is also on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially after that trailer, I was like, yeah, I'm in. And that song, by the way, on that trailer from Woodkid. As soon as he started singing, I was like, that's Woodkid.
Yep.
I love Woodkid. He's so good. He's got such a unique voice. Half my interest in that game is just finding out what songs are on there. Because like I downloaded so many good songs on Spotify from that first game. My next one, number 8, is Astrobot.
Oh, you haven't played that yet?
No, it's still a full-priced $90 game. I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You have to be a game like a AAA knock me on my ass game for me to pay full price for a game anymore.
Yeah,
just won't do it. So yeah, that's on my list. I have it on my wish list to keep an eye out. It's gone on sale before, but only for like 10%, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
that's not a sale.
Yeah,
that's saving me the tax. That's what that is.
Yeah,
go screw yourself. All right.
My next one is one that we recently mentioned on Happy Birthday Video Games, Bloodborne.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Still
I've played it. I've played it a number of times, but I only play like for an hour or two, and then I get frustrated because it's really hard.
Yep.
I haven't gone back to it since I beat Elden Ring, though, so maybe I should give it a chance. But it is also 30 frames per second, and that drives me nuts.
Yeah, well, there's ways of getting around that now.
There is. Because Sony won't do it for us.
Nope.
My number 7, Monster Train 2, because duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't think I need to gush about that game anymore.
Yeah, you've talked up that game before.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right, my next one, a game that you have recently played, Alan Wake 2.
Yes. Yeah, you should play that game.
Yeah,
After Control. After Control. Yeah, it was a very good game. My next one, number 6, is Forever Skies, which unfortunately got recently delayed without a release date, which always makes me fucking nervous.
Yeah.
It's in early access, though, on PC, so I'm not that nervous.
Oh, yeah.
But, I'm basically waiting for its 1.0 release. That's what I'm waiting for. So it is technically available to play. The console version will not come out until 1.0. So, but I really want to play that after playing the demo.
All right, my next game, and one that I actually do intend to get to soon, Baldur's Gate 3.
Nice.
Yeah,
I would play that with you, but the game is like 100 hours long, and I just. No.
Well, my hope was that once it gets the cross-platform play support, we would play it, maybe even test out our build for Owl Bastard.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely. I mean, when you get to that game, you should play it alone.
Yeah.
But we could have an online co-op campaign.
Yeah.
Could do that.
When you do a co-op game, does it have to be co-op the entire way through, or is there like drop-in co-op?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a different campaign, and I can take over a character basically.
Yeah. Okay.
But you'd rather start 2 separate campaigns, because if you start your own campaign, you can do whatever you want with it. You start a co-op campaign, you can start with 2 customized characters.
Okay.
Whereas if I just joined yours, I would have to play one of the pre-created characters that are in the game. So I'd rather play like an actual created character.
Okay.
My number 5 is Metaphor Refantasio.
Oh yeah.
Still really want to get to that. It's actually kind of funny. I'm I'm kind of cheating the system. So for whatever reason, they put out a demo which is for the prologue of the game, which is really long.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to the end of it, and I was like, yeah, I've seen enough of this game. I'm going to be able to play it. But you can continue to play from there. For how much longer after that, I'm not sure. And now they've also released like a multi-hour trial.
Oh wow!
So I could play through the demo and then continue on with the trial for another several hours.
That's pretty cool, though.
So, and then finally buy the game when I've run out of time.
Yeah.
And cheated the system enough. So I might get to that maybe this week. Because I don't really have anything that I'm really super interested in playing right now. Like I have a ton of backlog stuff like Starfield and Hellblade 2 and like a million other games, but after playing that demo, I really want to play Metaphor.
Do it.
It's just I don't want to get to a point where I've played it for like 6 hours because of the combination of the demo and the trial, and then I'm so deep into it that I either have to buy it now or I'm never going to play it. Because it's like once you're that far into a JRPG, if you stop and you try to come back 6 months later, you're going to be like,
oh yeah,
what am I doing?
The best thing that any RPG can implement is some sort of progress tracker to remind you what you were doing,
the hell you're doing
when you played.
Yeah. And JRPGs are terrible for that.
Well, I have played a few that had that. I think I've mentioned this before, but Tales of Symphonia had that, and it's formatted as a diary written by the characters in the game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Have you played Arise?
No.
You should probably add that to your list. It's apparently like a 10 out of 10.
Well, the thing is, I played a few of the Tales games, and they kind of fell into a lot of the anime tropes that
yes, they do
bother me.
Like mine that I went over the other day.
And so
Execution Sword Blade.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Flame Tornado.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
Demon Fang. Double Demon Fang. Jesus Christ. Demon Fang. Yeah.
Sword Slash.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
So stupid. Is it your turn?
Yes, it is my turn.
Okay, I did Metaphor. Yeah.
Yep. So my next one probably doesn't come as much of a surprise. Metroid Prime 4.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I'm kind of surprised I didn't put that on my list, but
we've been waiting a long time for that game. It was rebooted in development, which I say if you need to do that, then go ahead and do it. That gives me more faith in the game than less. So
does it have a release date? No, it doesn't. Does it?
But it is almost certainly going to be a cross-generation game. I can't imagine it not being cross-gen at this point.
Weird. I don't think I even have Metroid Prime on my normal tracker list. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm just blind. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait for that game either.
If it ends up being a launch title for the Switch too, well, that makes it a really easy decision.
Yeah, it totally will. It's gonna be like Breath of the Wild was.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure that it will be because I can't imagine it not being at this point.
My number 4 is Blueprints, which is an indie game coming out. We talked about it either last week or the week before. It's the puzzle game where you're exploring a mansion where the layout of the mansion changes every time you explore it. And you're trying to get through all the rooms to the 47th room, which is like the goal of the game.
Yeah.
And I still can't remember who. I think it was. No, it wasn't The Witness. It was some other like indie legend. Praised this game and was like, I can't wait for this game. Like he was like super stoked about it. So I can't wait for it either. Maybe
it was Phil Fish who finally came out of not saying anything for a year.
Phil Fish. He's Phil Fish.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I can't remember who it was. It may have been. Oh, I think it was the. What is that? What is that annoying game that I hate that everyone loves? It's got really simple cartoon art style. It's an RPG.
You're not narrowing this down.
It's an indie RPG, 2D, very bland looking art style and weird graphics. There's like a musical type thing to the battle system. You're like moving a heart around a box to dodge things. Oh my god, what is that called? It's so popular. There's like a song at the boss theme of it is like super popular.
Oh, Undertale.
Undertale, yeah. I think it was the guy who created Undertale was praising Blueprints.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Toby Fox.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but that seems to be going off in my mind.
I've never played Undertale.
It did not hit me.
Well, here's the problem is that I wasn't interested in it until I heard what the twist was. But now that I know what the twist is, like,
I don't even know what the twist is, and I've played it, and I just...
Well, the twist comes when you beat the game. What happens is you play the game the way you would play the game. Then you beat the game, and then you find out, oh no, that's not the way to play the game. The real way to play the game is like this. And then you play the game a second time like that.
And it's completely different.
Yeah, and you get the true ending.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's a commentary on how people play games, and when you realize the game is judging you for how you play, you go, "Oh, I'm supposed to play like this," and then you play it a second time.
Oh, is it the bad ending is by killing everybody?
Yes.
So that wouldn't have been a twist for me because I played it the way I was supposed to play it. I was I was talking to people and like trying to be a nice guy.
Yeah,
because I thought that was the point of the game.
Yeah, well, that is the point of the game, but it's supposed to be like, you think, oh, it's just like any other game where you play it and you just kill things.
Well, that explains why I didn't get clicked by it then.
Yeah, and then you realize that it's a commentary on how people play games, and then you go back and you do it the peaceful way.
Had I fallen for that, I probably would have enjoyed it. But
yeah, and that's the thing.
Apparently, I saw through it. Apparently.
if I had known that the game had a twist like that, I would have been like, ooh, intriguing. But it was only once I found that out that I was into it, but I also found that out alongside finding out what the twist was. So now what am I going to do? Am I going to play it and be like, oh, I'm going to kill everyone because I don't know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
No, like it has to be genuine. You have to really not know.
I think that probably slightly ruined my perception of the original BioShock as well.
Yeah.
Because I knew about the twist beforehand when I went to play it, so I was like, I was just playing it for the game itself.
Yeah,
and that's why I think that game's overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah,
the twist is great, but
it's absolutely overrated. It's not a bad game, but it's absolutely overrated.
Yeah. Maybe that might be a tier maker.
Yeah, games that are overrated but are also good.
Overrated versus underrated.
Yeah, or how
we have a scale. That we put it on
relative to how good it actually is. Yeah.
That might be a cool episode.
Yeah.
All right. Something to think about. All right, what's your next one? We've been on Blueprints for a while.
Well, my next one is one that actually just got announced recently. It is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sure. Unfortunately, it's not being made by Vicarious Visions. They're not being freed from the Call of Duty mines.
No, but it is a remaster remake, so for 1 and 2 apparently was really good. So.
It is fucking fantastic. It was incredible.
Yeah. I get 3 and 4 for free. It's on Game Pass.
Ooh, okay.
So, yeah. I'll probably play that.
Guess what? Those games are also good. So I would like to play them again.
Yep. I didn't play 1 and 2, like the remake.
Yeah.
But I'll play 3 and 4, or at least dick around with them.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to know anything about that game.
No,
it's one of those.
Of course not.
It's one of those games that everyone tells me, like, if you liked X, Y, and Z, you'll absolutely love this. Don't research it; just go play it.
Yeah, no, the name is enough to sell me on it.
Yeah. It's from what I've been told, it's similar to like how The Witness works, in which like you have access to the whole game right away, and it's up to you to figure it out.
Can you imagine if it was a VR game that used eye tracking to actually shoot lasers in the
lasers?
game whenever you had your eyes
There's
open?
got to be a VR game that does that.
If there isn't, there should be.
There should be.
We could be hitting gold right now, and you have to like navigate around. It's basically Cyclops from X-Men Simulator before he gets his visor, and you have to try and navigate the world without like blasting your friends and family. You know, you have to keep your eyes closed.
Hi, Mom.
And figure out and only open your eyes when necessary.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Do you remember Unfinished Swan? Did you ever play that?
No.
It may have been exclusive to PS3, so maybe you... But you have a PS3.
I do have a PS3, but I've never heard of that game.
It's a cute puzzle game where you're essentially... I don't know what the story was. I think it was something along the lines of like your mother was a famous painter, and you like are trying to deal with the grief of losing her.
Okay.
And so you're like in this white world. It's all white, and you throw blobs of black ink, and wherever they hit, the ink splatters, and it reveals the world.
Oh, I think I might have heard of this game.
And you have to constantly throw ink out, which reveals like the not symmetry. What's the damn word I'm looking for?
Geometry.
The geometry of the world, and so you navigate it that way.
This
it's all
sounds
puzzles.
very much in concept like Scanner Sombra, which is a game where you use a LiDAR scanner to do that exact thing.
Yeah, it's very good. I would highly recommend.
I would recommend Scanner Sombra. So there you go.
We got two new games to add to our lists.
Although yours is going to be harder to play because Scanner Sombra is on Steam.
Oh. Well, that should be easy for me to play.
Yeah, exactly. But your recommendation is on PS3.
Oh, Unfinished Swan.
Yeah,
I think it may have come to other platforms. Let me see. Unfinished Swan.
I mean, I could just emulate it. PS3 emulation does exist.
That's true. Oh no. Oh wait. Oh, it was on PS4, Vita, PS3, and Windows.
Oh,
and
okay.
iOS.
Well, there you go.
There's an iOS version too. That's weird.
Okay.
So you have lots of options.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I would
highly
recommend
that. That makes things considerably easier. Unfinished Swan. Yeah. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. What's your next one?
Well, my next two are really easy because one leads into the next. Resident Evil 7.
Oh, yeah, you got to play that.
Yeah.
I was talking to Sim31, the guy who was watching our show the other day. And he was talking about Resident Evil, and I was like, 7 is just a return to form. It is amazing.
Yeah, I got
8, not so much, but 7 is amazing.
Yeah,
8 is
really
much more of an
7.
action game.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but 7's just pure perfection. It's so good. The ending is a little stretched more than it needs to be, but it's a just brilliant game. My number 2, we've already talked about Death Stranding 2.
Yeah.
After seeing that trailer, I am ready to get sucked into that world again.
Yep.
This looks so good.
That's all that needs to be said, yeah.
Yeah.
So, as I alluded to, my next one is Resident Evil 8.
Okay. That's higher than Resident Evil 7. Oh, no, you didn't rank them.
I just ranked them as I thought of them.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I definitely would still recommend Resident Evil 8 because it's a direct sequel to 7, so you kind of need to finish the story.
Does it finish the story?
Yes and no. It does finish up your story, but it leaves it open to a Resident Evil 9.
Yeah, I figured they'd have to have a Resident Evil 9 because the 7 and 8 have done so well.
Yeah, but it leaves it open for it. It's not like it needs it 100%.
Okay.
But it definitely alludes to it being a thing. Like it will be a thing. But
All right.
7 and 8 are like directly connected to each other.
Yeah.
All right. My number 1 is Subnautica 2.
Yep.
Which I'm sure anyone who listens to the show would probably have guessed.
All 20 of you. We have 20 subscribers now. Yay.
21.
Oh, we have 21 now.
Yeah.
That's changed.
We've gained 2 in like a week.
Yeah.
So the train is moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Subnautica 2, I'm just like, every time I see YouTube footage of someone playing Subnautica, I'm just like, oh, that game was so good.
Yeah.
Like oh, that is like I give that game a 10. That game is just the first one. The semi sequel probably
Yeah.
give it like a 7,
Yeah.
but the first one, whew, it's just an experience. You know, it's just so good. You're done?
I am done.
I am done too.
All right.
Which means topic of the week is over.
Yep.
That's a lot of games that we want to play.
Yeah, it's 20 of them.
It's 20 good games.
Well, no, actually, it's 19. Because we both had Just Stranding 2.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, true. All right, that means it's time for
20 questions.
Video game 20 questions. All right, let's see if we can keep this co-op train running.
Mm-hmm.
No copying and pasting. Let's start with what we always start with.
Yep.
Did this game originally release on or after January 1st, 2000? Yes.
Okay.
Did this game originally release on or after January 1st, 2010? No. Another 2000s game? What is happening?
Huh?
Okay. Was this game originally exclusive to one platform? No. And finally, our fourth atypical question: was this game developed in Japan? No. Ooh, that's a lot of no's. That's not good.
Yeah.
So we have a multi-platform game that was not developed in Japan, and it was released in the 2000s. I think we should go to that platform question. Start with PS2 or PS1, maybe.
Well, if we decide to use the platform as our hint, there's no point in wasting questions on it.
Okay. So what's another generic question we can kind of nail down here?
That's a.
We can do genre. We can do. We can further narrow down where it was developed. Like, was it developed in the States?
Ask if it was developed in North America.
Was this game developed in North America? Yes.
Okay. So that could be Canada or the United States. Or
yeah.
Is there a lot of game development in Mexico? I confess I don't actually know.
There's a lot of indie development in Mexico, but I don't think there's a whole lot of, if any, major.
Yeah, and if this is a 2000s game, the indie scene
Definitely
wasn't as big back then, so.
No. Well, let's narrow it down. Was this game developed in Canada? No. So we have a States game.
Yeah, okay. So it's not Deus Ex Human Revolution.
It's not anything from BioWare. It's not anything from Ubisoft, Montreal.
It's not Too Human.
No, not Silicon Knights.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot we've eliminated from that.
Yeah.
So this could be an EA game. This could be an Activision game.
Unless it was an EA Canada game, in which case it couldn't
be.
True.
That's true. That's true. We did have an EA Canada game last week.
Mm-hmm.
Where can we go from here? Yeah, we don't. I keep going back to platform because that's hard not to go to. I mean, we can use the hint early.
We could use the hint early. Fuck it. Do you want to use the hint early?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Go with platform early. Whoa. Okay. What?
Uh-oh.
This is going to fuck us up. All right. So this is available on PC.
Yeah.
GameCube.
Uh-huh.
Xbox OG.
Uh-huh.
Macintosh.
Yeah.
PS4.
What?
And Switch. So my guess is that this game was originally on GameCube and Xbox and was ported to PS4 Switch at some point. But why would it not have been ported to Xbox Series is the question. Or Xbox
Yeah.
One. The only reason I can think of, and why wouldn't it have been ported to PS5 and Xbox Series? Like they normally get ports of games that were on the last gen. But it's so weird that it's missing the Xbox One gen.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, well let's focus on let's focus on GameCube and Xbox.
Yeah.
Because like
what the fuck was on the GameCube and Xbox, but not on the PS2?
But not on the PS2. Yeah, that's weird.
If we can figure that out, that'll be the answer, because I can't imagine there's more than one game like that.
Could it be a rare game? No, it came out on PS4 eventually. There's no way it's a rare game.
Yeah.
This one is unique.
Yeah.
This is a problem. That didn't help us as much as I was hoping it was going to.
I genuinely cannot think of anything that came out on those two, but not on the PS2. There's tons of games that came out on PS2 and Xbox, but not on GameCube. But GameCube and Xbox, but not the PS2.
And developed in America too.
What the fuck is that?
So that means it couldn't have been published by Microsoft. It was on GameCube.
Yeah.
So why don't we ask if it was published by EA, Activision, or what's another a big American publisher back then? In the 2000s.
Oh.
Acclaim was gone.
Yeah.
THQ was...
Well, Acclaim wasn't gone, but...
Didn't they die in like 2001?
No.
So it's
No. They stuck around longer than that. They transitioned to mobile gaming, or at least their name was used for mobile gaming for a little while.
Is this a licensed game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's another tried and true.
Yep.
It is. Okay. All right. Okay. I bet you it's Activision then. They did tons of licensed stuff back then.
Go ahead and ask.
No. Not developed or published by Activision. Okay. Who else was doing... I mean, THQ. I don't remember when THQ went under, though.
It was after this, so that's possible.
Should we ask if it was published by THQ or Acclaim?
Don't bother with Acclaim. It's not going to be... I don't think it's going to be Acclaim. THQ, though, yeah.
I mean, Acclaim did a lot of licensed stuff, though. Well, hold on. It's a licensed game. Let's ask if it's a sports game.
Oh, yeah.
No. Could be a racing game still.
Yeah, but what would have not been on the... Oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone.
Holding the phone. Phone is holding.
What about Reckless, the Yakuza missions? Was that ever on PS2?
Never even heard of that game, so I couldn't tell you.
That was an early game for the Xbox.
Who developed it, do you know?
I do not fucking remember. I remember it not being very good. But about a year or two later, it got ported, at least I know, to the GameCube. And it was supposedly an improved version because now you could hit civilians, I guess.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Was it a third-person game?
It was a third-person driving game.
Is that all you do is you drive?
I didn't play it very much because it was bad.
Let's ask, can you drive a car in this game?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Well, that means it's not a racing game.
Yeah. Well, a racing game set in modern Earth.
But, I mean, it's a licensed game, so...
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, like, you know, SpongeBob SquarePants Racing or something
That
would
have been on the PS2, though.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's a good point. Shit. It's not a sports game. It's not. So it's got. Maybe we should ask what the license is based on. Is this based on a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie game. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. Movies from the 2000s, or
What the
not even potential.
fuck?
Well, wait.
Movie
What about,
license wasn't on
wait,
PS2.
what about The Thing? Was The Thing on PS2?
It was on PS2 and it was not on GameCube.
Shit. A movie-based game on GameCube and Xbox.
Also, I've said this before, but that
wait.
game's fucking garbage.
Hold on. This was ported to PS4.
Mm-hmm.
So it must have been at least decent.
I mean, look, the Thing game is coming
Oh.
back, so that's not really a qualifier.
What about SpongeBob? Rehydrated or whatever it was called? Was that based on a movie or TV? I mean, I guess that would be based on a TV show.
It's based on a TV show.
Fuck. Because I bet you that's what it is. It was remastered for PS4.
I mean, probably, or
and Switch,
something like that.
I mean, the Switch version could have been a virtual console.
Yeah.
No, it can't. No, it can't. It's a GameCube game. They
That's right.
They don't do GameCube. So it has to be a remaster.
Yeah. But then why wouldn't it have come out for the Xbox One?
That's a good question. It's a very good question. And why would they remaster a movie game from back then? It couldn't have been good game. Name a good movie-based game from the GameCube and Xbox. Go ahead.
Well, that wasn't on the PS2. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Because I would say the Lord of the Rings movie games. Those were on PS2.
Oh, wait, hold on. It could be that list is incomplete. We shouldn't discount that. Because if the list was too long, it may have just cut off the list.
Maybe.
Let's ask if it's a fantasy game.
Sure.
Just in case it's a Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah.
It is a fantasy game. It could be a Lord of the Rings game. And we might just be getting fucked over on the platform here. Wait. None of those games were remastered for PS4.
No.
But it is a fantasy game, though. So we know that. What the hell is this game? What is this game? A 2000s movie-based fantasy game.
Jesus.
I can't even name you any fantasy movies from the 2000s. Twilight? I don't know.
Aragon?
Oh.
But I know that game was also on the PS2. I'm certain of it, and it definitely didn't get remastered. Because
no, definitely not. Yeah, that's what's throwing me off. Is like, why would it be ported?
Yeah.
To current consoles if it sucks.
Does it count if it's like a PS2 classic or something as being on the PS4?
Maybe, but it's on the Switch, so probably not.
Yeah.
Because the Switch doesn't have that.
Yeah.
It would have to be a port or a remaster.
Yeah. How many questions are we up to?
13 questions down.
Do you want to see it? Should we get the hint for like developer or publisher?
I feel like developer won't help, but publisher might. Release year might help. If it was like a later one or like a really early 2000s game. Ooh. Well, wait, when did GameCube launch?
2001. It was 3 days after the original Xbox, back in November.
Yeah, I feel like genre and publisher will be the most helpful.
Well, we already know that it's a fantasy game, so we don't need to ask about it.
Genre's not fantasy's not a genre though.
I mean, genre of game, not genre of theme. Yeah. Yeah, ask about get the genre hint. Get the genre hint.
Of course, it's an action game.
Oh, fucking yeah. Worthless.
Yeah, I should have seen that coming. An action fantasy game. I mean, I'm thinking of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Unless it was ported and I'm just stupid. But I don't think so.
Oh man, I don't know.
Fantasy game. Fantasy movies. Just think of fantasy movies. Lord of the Rings. Narnia.
Fucking what about Reign of Fire?
Reign of Fire. Which none of those would have a remastered
No.
game.
There was a Reign of Fire game though. It was apparently pretty bad.
Yeah, it was. The movie's not that great either. I liked it when it came out, but I rewatched it at some point and I was like, man, this was not a great movie. Let's use the last hint for the publisher.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to do. Like, we're kind of lost here. I don't think it's going to help us though. Oh, maybe it will. Aspire and LucasArts. Star Wars?
Oh, Jedi Knight 2?
Could be.
I don't know if that was on PS2, but I know that it was on Xbox and GameCube.
I always think it's funny that Star Wars is considered a fantasy game.
Well, I mean, it kind of is.
Or a fantasy franchise. I mean, it technically is because it takes place.
It's got to be, because Aspire handled the remaster of that, which came out on Switch.
But did it only come out on GameCube and Xbox?
I don't remember ever seeing it available for PS2.
All right, well, let's start with, is this a Star Wars game?
Yeah.
Just to make sure. Yes.
Ask it. Does this game feature the character Kyle Katarn?
Do you know how to spell that?
Kyle, so just Kyle. And then Katarn is Katarn.
Do you play as Kyle Katarn?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
It's Jedi Outcast. It's Jedi Outcast. Is this game Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast? It could also be Jedi. No, you don't play as Kyle Katarn in Jedi Academy, so it's got to be Jedi Outcast.
So Jedi Knight 2.
Jedi Outcast.
Jedi Outcast.
Yes.
Yay!
Hey!
Nice
Symphony
call.
11 just did a video on that game.
That's awesome. That was a great game.
It was a great game.
Yeah. Awesome.
We crushed
Good call.
that.
Good call. Yeah, with that publisher gave it away.
Yeah, the publisher
For
totally
sure.
gave it away.
All right, so we are up 7-1. Let me update our 20 questions logs here. Co-op pick number 8. Star Wars. I'll just put Jedi Knight 2. Win. Hashtag success.
Hell yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know what that means.
Yes.
It's time for our final segment of the show, which is our personal favorite at this point.
Yeah.
Screenshot scope. Sorry, audio listeners, you won't see what we're seeing. But for the video watchers, you should see any second now the first screenshot of the day at some point.
At some point. Oh, here it comes. Don't know that.
It looks familiar though. Also, our setup changed.
Yeah, it did.
You notice that? We're not on the bottom anymore. We're on the side.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that does actually make sense. Because it's more of a profile shot.
Yeah.
Not that it's going to matter to the watchers, and it's certainly not going to matter to the audio listeners.
No, absolutely not. It looks old.
It looks old, but it could just be something trying to look old.
I think it's Link to the Past.
No, it's not Link to the Past.
You sure?
No, I'm 100% sure that it's not Link to the Past.
It's got that like isometric
It does have
2D.
well, no, it's a little too it's
No, I'm
it's not steep enough.
I don't know, man. This is giving me Death Mountain vibes from Link to the Past.
No, Death Mountain is not that color.
In okay,
Come on, man.
okay. Do you have another guess?
No, but I know that it's not Link to the Past because I played Link to the Past in 2023. I
Okay.
played a shit ton of Zelda games that year.
Well, if we
It's
don't have any other guess, I'm gonna
it's
guess
not
it.
Link to the Past. It looks honestly that looks more like the perspective from something like The Dig.
Dig. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
It's not The Dig. At least I don't think it is because it's not detailed enough to be The Dig. That game's got gorgeous art. Um,
Hmm.
and it's too lo-fi to be Day to the Tentacle, even though it's got the right color scheme for it. Day of the Tentacle is more detailed than that, but it's also too detailed to be Maniac Mansion.
All right. Well,
Um,
I'm gonna guess Link to the Past.
okay, it's not going to be that.
It's not going to be, but let's see. No. Oh. Oh,
Oh,
it's got a 90 Metacritic.
holy
Holy.
shit.
Oh. Is this Kirby?
Um,
This is giving me that dude, the floaty head.
yeah,
Is that the
maybe.
floaty head? But I don't
Uh,
know which Kirby it would be,
yeah,
especially not at a 90 though.
yeah.
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
These could also just be like background imagery and something
Yeah.
that could be fucking with us. I mean, who knows? Try Kirby's Dream Land 3. That one's got a simpler art style. No.
Oh, it's GBA game.
Oh.
That could be a
Oh.
huge problem.
Oh. Mother 3.
Oh.
No. RPG
Oh.
isometric turn based.
Oh, this looks
Oh,
so familiar.
Mario and Luigi, I bet.
Yeah. Ooh, which one though?
It'll be probably Superstar Saga, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I was getting worried on that one. What was? Can I see the picture? That first picture. Ah, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, it is a background.
Oh, we saw this. It was just a step thing,
Yeah.
like a button with your feet
Yep.
on it. Okay. Good job. All right. So how do we get back again? Yeah, play previous days. Round 2. Oh God.
Oh, that's nothing.
That's literally nothing.
I'm going to say Twilight Princess, just because of the color tones used.
Sure.
No.
Also not
with
helpful.
With a 67? Absolutely
With a
not.
67 as well, yeah.
Fuck, I don't know then. That kind of looks like an eraser. Remember those white erasers that had the little paper sleeve around them?
Why is it underneath though?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know why I'm feeling Starfield, but I'm feeling Starfield. Oh. Oh, it's a relatively new game.
Oh, ooh.
For the audio listeners, it's not Starfield.
No, it is not Starfield.
Is it Outer Worlds? Maybe. No, it's not PS5.
No.
Xbox Series. There are not very many current gen third-party exclusives
Yeah.
because they're usually on PS4 and Xbox One as well.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell could this be? To think of a current gen game alone is really tough because they're not. There's so few. There's probably less than 20.
Yeah.
So what is this? Oh no. Oh, did Death Stranding come to Xbox eventually? I feel like it may have. Because I know it's on PC and
I
PS5.
think it did, but I'm also pretty.
It was a PS4 game.
Yeah, it was a PS4 game. I'm also pretty sure it's higher than a 67.
Oh yeah, 67. What the heck? That 67's gonna.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a problem. I don't know what this is. What are you typing? Are you cheating?
No, I'm not cheating.
And Dante's awake. I genuinely don't have any idea on this one. It looks like a third-person game because that looks like someone's arm.
Yeah,
with like a t-shirt,
or maybe the leg in a boot.
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, maybe sitting. He might be sitting.
Yeah, I would say something like Fallout 76, but that's also
cross-gen.
last gen.
Yeah. What the hell could this be? I don't even have a guess. I need something else.
Yeah. It looks like it has decent lighting. Maybe it's Alan Wake 2.
No. Not at a 67.
Yeah.
Unless there's a reason it got bombed, maybe.
I mean, it had technical issues that people weren't happy about, right?
Yeah, I've got nothing better, so let's try it.
Oh.
What the hell?
Oh God. Crap. Puzzle elements, quick time events, and horror? When was the last time you saw a quick time event as a main appeal of a game? And when was the last time you saw somebody wearing what I assume is a teenage girl with the pigtails?
Oh, I know
overalls?
What it is.
What is it?
What was that Silent Hill game, the free one?
Oh fuck, I don't remember what it was called. The something?
Wasn't it Downpour?
No.
It's not in here. Shit. I could have sworn that was going to be what it was.
No.
Oh.
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Because I can tell you I don't recognize that UI. And that's usually the thing that will tip me off. It's got like you know those labelers, right? Like the black plastic labeler. Oh, there's Dante. Those black plastic labelers with the where you punch them from behind and like the extruded leather.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that kind of font.
Yeah, it does.
Or like a typewriter kind of font.
Can you think? Outlast Trials.
Maybe.
Wait, it's not even in here? Oh, come on. Why is every game I want to put in here not in here?
Why is there an Outlast 2 and an Outlast Roman numerals 2?
They probably add in like every version of the game so that they make sure that people type it differently, you know?
Yeah.
Apparently it's not that either because it's not in here. Fuck. What the frig? This might be our first loss.
It could be.
67.
Yeah.
A 67 horror game. I feel like I should know this. And it was exclusive to the current gen.
Mm-hmm. And there is not a lot that's like that. What game that is exclusive to the current... forget about genre. What game did not get a great reception? Like, it didn't bomb, but people weren't like, oh my god, this is incredible, and is exclusive to the current generation.
Dude, it's so hard to name current gen. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
like I need more info. We might have to
yeah.
just take a hit on this one and
Well,
get
you can just
another
hit. You can
screenshot.
hit skip, right, and it'll give up our
Oh,
guess, but go to the next screenshot, right?
yeah.
Oh Jesus!
It came out last year. This must be an indie piece of shit that just never.
I have no idea.
No clue what
I
this
have
is.
absolutely no idea. And there's so many fucking like indie horror games.
This isn't ringing any bells
No, I
whatsoever.
have absolutely zero idea whatsoever that this could be.
Skip one more.
I guess we'll get to see like footage of it, right?
Oh, it's I think it's Until Dawn, the remake.
Oh, okay.
I think. Wait, no. Supermassive didn't do that. Wait, 2020. I mean, it's either Until Dawn, the remake, or it's whatever their last game was from the stupid anthology series. Um, oh, it
I
could be the Quarry.
I have no
But
idea.
I don't remember. I don't remember that UI though. From no, it's not the Quarry. There's no way.
Okay, well, what was the
Um,
other game that they made called?
so there's Until Dawn, and then there was the final game in the Dark Anthology series.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, it should tell me the names. Anthology.
The Devil in Me, House of Ashes, Little Hope.
I think it was The Devil in Me. It was the last one.
And was that in 2024?
I think so. It's either that or it's Until Dawn, so it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
But I would go with the Dark Pictures because I'm pretty sure some other studio did
Okay,
the
so
Until Dawn
go
remake.
with The Devil in Me, I guess.
Oh, what was it?
The
Oh, the
casting
casting of Frank Stone.
I've
Oh,
never even heard of that.
yeah. So it was a Dead by Daylight spinoff. I should have known that one.
Oh,
Shit.
okay.
It wasn't good though. It was a 67 is it's about right.
Okay.
Shit, I should have known that. That one didn't even cross my mind because it was that meh,
Yeah.
like that not good. Shit. Well, there's our first loss, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Well, I don't feel too bad about that because it's a game I've never heard of.
Never heard of. Yeah, I feel a little bad about it. I should have known. This looks like Saga Frontier,
Oh God, something along those lines. Yeah.
yeah, or Secret of Mana.
No, it looks too good to be Secret of Mana. It kind of looks like a PC
Could
game.
be a remaster though.
It could.
The
It could
remastered.
be. It could be like a PC point and click adventure game.
Yeah. Do you want to
Um,
just go with Saga Frontier to start?
Sure.
I,
It's not gonna be, but it's might as well.
Is there the remastered version in here? No. Okay. Original release too old
For
for
Metacritic?
Wow.
What does
okay.
that mean?
That's like
Amiga?
no. Like I think they go back as far as like they don't go back that far honestly because they have to have critics apply it to the site. So I think they only go back as far as like 2000-ish.
Okay.
Wait.
So it is potentially a point and click game.
Yeah, it's probably a point and click game for PC.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like that looks like the Dig actually, but it's not the Dig because I don't remember
No,
a
because
green
the
area.
Dig takes place on a fucking alien planet.
Yeah. But it does look like the Dig. It looks like a LucasArts game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what other LucasArts games were there? There was Full Throttle. There was Monkey Island.
It's not Loom because let me tell you, if it was Loom, I'd fucking know right away.
Yeah.
I have committed virtually every pixel of that game to memory.
Could it be Grim Fandango? I never played that one.
No, Grim Fandango is pre-rendered with 3D. It wouldn't look like this.
Day of the Tentacle, then maybe. No.
Day of the Tentacle is more cartoony than that, but
What was the other one that they made? Maniac Mansion.
yeah, Maniac Mansion it did not look this good.
Okay. Well, let's try Day of the Tentacle just because we need something.
Sure.
I don't know. Well, that pretty much confirms what we were thinking.
One of the Indiana Jones games. Fate of Atlantis or whatever the other one was. Try Fate of Atlantis.
Good job. Nice.
I played this. It's a good game.
I haven't seen the screenshots for this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, we were spot on with the LucasArts.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yep.
They have a very distinct art style back then.
It's a good art style too.
That's gorgeous. Damn, look at that game. Even the same text from all of their their games. That's so funny.
The guy that they got to do the voice of Indiana Jones in that game was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Harrison Ford.
It was voiced?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a CD-ROM game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. Next round. Oof.
Oh, Christ.
Could be Bloodborne, could be Dark Souls, could be could be Demon Souls. Could be Skyrim.
I don't think it's Demon Souls.
Could be Oblivion. No?
No.
It looks almost like the start of Dark Souls, but
maybe.
Yeah. The first one's always a wash.
Yeah.
Unless we know it like right away. So let's say Dark Souls. Oh, it does have an 89. Oh, is this Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater?
No, it's too detailed. That foliage is way too detailed.
It still gives me Souls vibes, though.
Yeah, but it's definitely not part of the Dark Souls series, or else it would have given us a little notice that it was, we were on the right track.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it gives us that yellow thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Elden Ring. And it could be. It's really zoomed. Oh, not at an 89. No. It'd be a lot higher than that.
I mean, there's not much higher to go from there.
I bet you Elden Ring's Metacritic is like 96. I bet you it's really high.
But I mean, that is the level. Try Elden Ring. That is the level of detail I would expect from the foliage in that game. No.
Oh, it's a PS5 exclusive?
Oh, well, then this should be easy. I do not I'm also not going to be very good at this because I don't have a PS5. This one's on you, good buddy.
I mean, I guess it could be Returnal, but these two screenshots say maybe Returnal, but this one, no fucking idea. Like, I've never seen this UI.
I don't know.
PS5. I mean, I'll say Returnal just for the shit of it. Maybe I just didn't see that particular screenshot, but a JRPG PS5 game?
Okay. Well, if shit.
Oh, didn't I? Fuck! I was recently playing it.
Do you want to turn on your PS5 and go through your game history?
Forspoken.
Oh, okay.
Or not. Oh, Rebirth.
Oh.
It's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh.
Jesus. That's funny. I completely forgot that Rebirth was exclusive to PS5.
Yeah.
For now. Or at original release.
It was originally. It's not now.
Yeah. All right. Next round.
Yeah,
I'm getting vibes.
Dragon Warrior 7 or Dragon Quest 7
or 8, maybe even 2.
No, I'm thinking 7.
Or 7.
It'll be written in Roman numerals, so it'll be VII. Yeah. Fragments of the Forgotten Past. No.
Ooh, it's only a 75. It's not going to be.
Okay. That just gave me that background gave me Dragon Quest 7 battle background vibe. This still looks like the battle background from a JRPG though. Maybe Chrono Cross? That kind of looks like a 3D element. I don't know.
It looks too detailed for a PS1 game.
But if it's a
No?
pre-rendered background, it could very well be.
True. I mean, I wouldn't know because I haven't played this yet, but no.
Oh, and there's a fucking piece of interface right there. Oh god, I don't know that interface.
Why is every screenshot in a forest? That's not helpful.
Because they know every game has a forest.
Yeah, it's not fucking helpful. I have no idea what that. I mean, it looks like it says 11H.
Yeah, like 11 hours.
So I guess it's
maybe
supposed to be a clock.
Time?
No clue what that could be. You're on your own on that one.
Yeah.
Are you typing in like ideas into your head?
Yeah, just trying to
word it out,
like, yeah,
visually.
Yeah, and it's not helping.
No,
but I keep trying.
11 hours, time-based, a game with time in the UI. I can't even think of one, honestly.
Wait. Oh, maybe Monster Rancher?
Or Monster Hunter. But you could try Monster Rancher. Would help if I spelled it right.
Yeah.
Oh, which one, though?
Just, I guess the first one. So, go down. There it is.
Monster Rancher.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh. Shit.
Well, that's an A button.
Yeah.
That's that looks like an Xbox button. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, though.
No.
Which means it would have to be Nintendo.
Phantasy Star Online Card Revolution? Episode 3 Card Revolution. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. We are in jeopardy.
Original release 2007?
Wow, that's an ugly game for 2007. Holy shit.
What was the platform?
They didn't tell us, I don't think.
Did it not tell us?
Oh, DS.
Oh, DS. We
didn't
fucked up.
Yeah, fuck.
We fucked up. We fucked up.
Didn't even see it.
Yeah, because you got rid of it right away.
Yeah.
Was Etrian Odyssey a DS game?
I don't even know how you spell
Etrian.
Oh god.
Go to the first one, yeah.
Hey! Nice. Wow.
That's good.
Very close.
I've never played that game.
No, me either. Wow, that was close.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Why is it always got to be like this?
The first screenshot's always bullshit.
No, this tells us more than it appears to be. That is a wall with some kind of retrofitted electrical system. You know how old houses will have that, where it's like a self-contained, the wire's a self-contained thing on the outside. So
and wood paneling.
So at some point in the game, you go into a house, perhaps a cabin that has that, maybe like an Alan Wake kind of thing.
No, the visual style doesn't look right for Alan Wake.
I'm just,
for whatever reason, I had Fatal Frame coming into my brain.
No, Fatal Frame takes place in an old-ass Japanese house. It wouldn't even have that.
Well, let's go with Alan Wake 2. It's not Alan Wake 1, I can guarantee you that much. Metacritic score of 83. Oh.
Could this be Until Dawn?
No, this looks like Resident Evil 2 Remake.
But where do you go in the game that has a dress form there? Because you can see a female dress form.
Yeah, you're in you're in
it's a
a
shop
police station.
or a tailor's office or something. So
I mean, you do explore the street. Oh, it could be Resident Evil 3. You're on the streets of Raccoon City in that game.
I gotta admit, I've never played Resident Evil 3 in any form.
It's okay.
I've just never got around to it. It's always been like, oh, there's that, but I got other things. Xbox One, PS4, Stadia, Switch, and PC.
Oh, I think it's Little Nightmares.
Oh, okay.
Probably 2, because the graphics look a little bit better than. Yeah.
Good call on the 2.
Yeah.
My assumption would always be to go with the first game in the series. Yeah, no, you totally called that.
Yeah, the visuals in the first game are good, but they're not anywhere near this good. This game's gorgeous as hell. It's also very good. If you've never played Little Nightmares 1 and 2, definitely play them. Just don't play 2 before you play 1. Otherwise, it won't have the impact that it does. Wow, yeah, that was a deep cut. Ooh, that is an ugly game.
Hexen. That's Hexen.
Yes, it is. That's an ugly game. Yay!
I saw the crystal vial and I was like, that's fucking 10 health points right there.
Original release, too old for Metacritic. DOS.
Yeah, that's the fucking serpent weapon. There it is. It steals health if you're up close. Yeah.
Look at that.
I love that game.
I should always click on the 6 one to see what the footage is.
Yeah.
I regret not doing that. I always forget 6's footage.
Yeah.
Raven made that game. Wow.
Yeah, Raven.
Raven's so good.
Yeah.
The Call of Duty mines.
Yeah. Yeah. They made a lot of hey, you know what else fucking Raven made? Jedi Outcast.
Soldier of Fortune.
But yes, they made Jedi Outcast. But they made Jedi Outcast as well.
How did they get fucking put on the Call of Duty mines? They were such a great
they
developer.
made one not so amazing game. They made Singularity, which was not amazing. It was okay. It was okay.
I liked Singularity. That was fun. The first-person shooter.
But it wasn't like the World on Fire. But Activision was like, oh, these guys have talents for first-person shooters, so we'll put them on fucking Call of Duty.
Lame.
That's how it always goes. They see talent and they say, we'll put it in our franchise that already makes too much fucking money and people will buy no matter what. So, yeah.
We'll just waste the talent.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Well, that looks like a crosshair.
There's some kind of targeting reticule.
Is this... No, probably not. I was going to say Pokemon Snap, but maybe not.
No. That looks like a PC game. Maybe Deus Ex?
Oh, yeah. Or like an early Rainbow Six or Ghost Recon.
Potentially. Let's try Deus Ex.
Definitely neither of any of what we were saying. Holy shit.
Well, it can't be Zelda, though, because those hearts always have white outlines.
For whatever reason, I'm getting Leisure Suit Larry.
I don't think Leisure Suit Larry would be as high as 65.
I have no... Well, I don't have any other guess.
The only chance that game has at having a score in the 60s is if people very carefully engineered it so that the Metacritic score was 69.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't have any other guesses for that one. I don't have enough info.
It looks
ugly.
Kind of... Well, yeah. I was going to say older. Maybe a Dreamcast or an early PS2 game?
Yeah, it could be. I can't think of another game that has hearts for the...
Yeah, but maybe it's not health. Maybe it's not health. Maybe it represents something else.
Maybe.
This looks like a guy sitting with one leg folded over the other and wearing like leopard print boxers.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I thought this was like a toilet in the background.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's people walking by. Look. That's legs. Someone walking to the right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that must be like a window, maybe.
Yeah.
What a weird screenshot. I have no clue.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's think of any PS2 game and say it. Uh
Leisure Suit Larry.
no, no.
I don't know. I genuinely. What was that game on Dreamcast? D2 or D3? What was it called?
It looks better than D2.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that fits this criteria. Nothing good. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's 65 though, so I mean, it wouldn't be good. Um,
Um hmm.
what about Fahrenheit? I don't
No.
remember hearts in it though.
No. 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 No.
Just skip it.
Uh yeah. Yeah.
PS2
Oh,
exclusive with a time
okay.
limit.
At least
Oh, is this one of
originally.
your disaster report games?
Oh, it might be. Yeah, try no Raw Danger. Well, it could be Disaster Report 1. Try Raw Danger. I like how you spelt it capitalized. No. Um that
Stealth and Flight? Oh, it's
st-
Mosquito Man.
Oh, Mr. Mosquito.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember that game. I haven't played it, but I remember. Yeah.
Those definitely weren't legs walking around. I don't know
Yeah.
what they were up there.
Oh man. Mr. fucking Mosquito. Yeah.
The only reason that came to mind was because they put it on the PS5 Classics store
What a weird
recently.
What a weird thing to put there.
Yeah, oh, they put weird shit on there all the time.
Okay, so we got to do 3 more, right?
Yep. Ooh. It's a staircase.
It is a staircase. It's a reasonably detailed staircase.
I'm getting Grabbed by the Ghoulies vibes.
Oh man, there's a pull.
Yeah. Because it looks kind of cartoonish.
Yeah.
And good and very colorful.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any other ideas immediately, so try Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Yeah.
No, okay.
No.
Oh, 74.
Fuck, I don't know. This is
Oh, it could be Tinykin.
maybe. It does look like you're pretty close to the floor.
Yeah. Try Tinykin.
No.
Ooh. So it's a Switch exclusive.
Oh, jeez.
Why does that look like a Smash Brothers thing?
It looks like a somebody powering up their limit break. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Could it be Dissidia? No, it wasn't a Switch exclusive.
Not on Switch. It should be, because that would be a good place for it. But it's not. That is a PSP game.
Let's try Smash Brothers. It was Ultimate's the one on Switch, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's
yeah.
Mansion 3.
Princess Peach Showtime.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, my niece likes that game.
Whew. That was getting hairy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta remember to do the footage. we have free fucking footage we can use in the show, and I keep forgetting to use it. Yeah, I never played this game. I played the demo, I think, but
it's okay.
It's very easy.
It's very easy. It's for kids.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Yoshi's Crafted World and Kirby's Epic Yarn type vibes, where they're like, let's just make a really easy platformer game.
Yep. You get different themed powers in every stage, and yeah.
Yep. 2 left. Oh, Jesus Christ.
No. Well, it's some kind of road, it appears. Like a dirt road leading into maybe up to like an airstrip or something, like a paved airstrip.
Yeah, maybe Metal Gear Solid 5. It doesn't look detailed enough for that.
Yeah,
though.
I wouldn't say it's detailed enough to be 5. Maybe 3.
Or 4, because 4 is really weird looking.
4 is very weird looking, but the environmental details in that game are pretty good.
I don't remember there being a plane, like an airstrip in 3, though. Do you?
But there is when you fight the Shagohod.
Let's try it. Oh, it's too old.
Okay.
A 3D game that's too old. That's interesting.
Yeah, you fight the Shagohod on an airstrip because it uses jet boosters to.
Yeah. I remember that. I cannot recall a 3D game that would not make it to a Metacritic, though. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, that looks like what even is it? This looks like AI art that they fucked up. Like this looks like a dump truck, and then this looks like a plane. Like, what is that amalgamation of nothingness?
No, you know what that is? That's the thing that they use to load cargo onto a plane.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The thing that they drive up, and it's got like the tunnel on it. Yeah.
Could this be not Body Harvest?
No, definitely not Body Harvest. It looks way too good.
What's that? What was that launch N64 game where you destroy everything?
Oh, Blast Core. No, you would never see that game.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You never. First of all, Blast Core is not this detailed. Secondly, you only ever see that game from a very high up perspective. It's practically isometric.
No, when you take control of a robot, you're in third person.
Yeah, but it's still like more top down than anything else.
You sure?
Yeah, I've played that game relatively recently.
I can't think of anything else. Oh? This art style is very unique.
Yeah, well, we'll put it in, but I'm like 99% sure it won't be that.
Yeah. Oh God! Oh
PS1.
God! That's
how is it a PS1 game, but it's too old for Metacritic? You couldn't find scores from official PlayStation magazine? Well, fuck. If I'd played this game, that looks like it should be a pretty iconic vehicle.
That looks like a school bus, like an odd fucking shaped school bus.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks like, you know what it kind of looks like to me? It kind of looks like Opa Opa from fucking Fantasy Zone if he was orange. But that's a Master System game.
Like, this looks like a wheel.
It does kind of look like a wheel.
But this makes no sense.
Yeah. But it does appear to be snowing. So what's a PS1 game that has snow in it?
A PS1 exclusive? I have no idea. That looks like that too. Twisted Metal 1?
Ooh, maybe?
Let's try it.
Wait. Twisted Metal, hold on. I would say, because Twisted Metal 1 takes place exclusively in Los Angeles. You're not going to get fucking snow in LA.
All right, so try 2 then.
Yeah. Oh, shit. It's a flying game. Ace Combat?
Oh, yeah, it could be. Which one, though?
Oh,
like 1,000. Well, let's try 2.
Sure.
Oh. It's Vigilante 8.
Oh.
But that came out on the 64.
Yeah.
Well, it's one or I'll try the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that game released only for the PS1 first?
Must have been, yeah. I know it's was for 64. I played it all the time.
Yeah.
It looks way better on N64.
Yeah, it does.
Wow, that looks so bad.
Oh, man.
That was a great game, though.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that level. Mm-hmm. It was a big farm.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good game. Actually.
Oh, he's gonna go get it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. It was right there all along.
Activision published that game. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, last one.
Okay, I know we've said it a bunch of times, but this actually does look like The Dig.
I don't remember what. I don't remember seeing this in The Dig.
No,
and I recently played it.
It's too high resolution to be The Dig.
Yeah. I do have a guess because I played a game recently that looks very much like this.
Okay, go for it. Because
it was called Rhyme.
Rhyme. Well, there you go. Let's check out. Oh yeah.
Wow, I cannot believe they picked Rhyme for this. That's crazy.
Well done.
Damn, I got 2 one shots today.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that's a great game. It's just a puzzle exploration adventure game.
Yeah.
But it's got like a pretty. It's a very deep story without anyone really talking.
Yeah.
It's about you don't realize it until the end of the game, but it's about the the 5 stages of grief.
Oh, okay.
And you realize looking back that all the levels were the 5 stages of grief. It's very interesting. Terrible name for the game though. I have no idea why it's called Rhyme.
Yeah.
It should have been called something more in tuned with what it was. But wow, I can't believe that. As soon as I saw that, I thought of Rhyme, and I was like, could have. Like, would they pick a game that low? That 78%. That sounds about right.
Well, you thought of it for the correct reason.
Yeah. PS4, Xbox One, Switch. Yeah, I think I played it on PS4. Yeah, very good game. Well, all right. I love playing this game. It's very fun.
This is fun.
And we've only failed one time still.
Yeah.
And it is my fault. Because we had the publisher, we had footage of the game, and I still completely forgot about the casting of Frank Stone. That will forever be a blemish on our record. But we're doing pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good. All right. This has been Press Pause, a gaming podcast. My name is TJ Leo. You can reach me at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
I'm also on BlueSky at Ninjas.
And you can email us anytime. co.op.podcasts@gmail.com. Don't forget to comment, like, share this video, and subscribe up here. And if you missed the last episode of Press Pause, a gaming podcast, you can click down here. Or maybe I'll put the Press Pause extra down there.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll do that. I'll put the Press Pause extra down there in case you missed that episode. We'll do that. Until next time.
Stuff.
This is stuff.
And things.
Don't I normally have a saying that I say before we go?
I don't know.
Get back to gaming.
It's
get back
late.
to gaming.
It's late.
It's
11.
Late. It is late.
We started late, so we're running late.
We started late, and we went longer than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Which is perfectly okay, because this was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, get back to gaming. Have a good week. We'll be back next week.
We out.